Хөрхөн охид trap сонсон. Trap сонсон, trap донсон. Түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаан. Дагаж дуулан дур булаа мууруулаа.
Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted Podcast. It's me, Adam Hunter. I am here. Hey, we caught it. At least we caught it. We just did a 5-minute show and then realized Vince Mike wasn't on.
We can't do anything right now.
But now it's on. I want to thank our sponsor, Speedweed. Listen, people, marijuana is legal in California, and there's no reason you should leave your house to get it. Speedweed will take care of you. They deliver the best stuff. They have THC sex lube. They have marijuana. They have all kinds of stuff. They have edibles. They have marijuana beef jerky. They have marijuana breath strips. You name it, they have got it.
I'm excited for the beef jerky.
Yes.
I really love, I don't chew, but those dip patches that they had were really good.
Yeah, I'll give you, I got a whole thing of beef jerky for you right now in a little bit.
Yes.
So check them out. Go to Speedweed, mention MMA Roasted. You get $10 off, $100 or more. And now listen, people, check them out. Now, Vince, you just came from Portland, Oregon. I was in Portland. I was doing a show. And I was so excited. Vince came, sitting in the very front row. It was you and like two guys. One guy looked normal. The other guy looked like a serial killer. I mean, this guy looked like Charles Manson and Jack the Ripper and Ted Bundy all into one.
All he needed was like a hook or a claw on one arm, huh?
Yeah, the guy didn't laugh at one joke. He just stared at me. And I just was like, how many bodies do you have buried in the backyard? And you're just dying laughing
He's
at
like,
me.
about to be one more.
Yeah, really, seriously. And you're cracking up. And then I felt like we were almost like picking on him. But like, I'm like, this is your friend.
Yeah.
Who was that guy?
It was this dude, Kelly, that I know. I've known him for a really long time. He's an older dude. That dude's like 70 years old, but you wouldn't even tell. Can't even tell.
70?
Yeah, that dude's like he's over 70. I think he's like 71 or 72.
Wow, really?
But yeah,
and is he working at the grow? He's picking marijuana all day?
He grows weed as well. That dude's a really good grower as well. He lives in Arizona, that guy. So he came up there for my buddy Matt, who started growing up there for his company to visit him and help him out a little bit because he had a guy that was up there helping him and he kind of fell out and just kind of took a bunch of weed and just disappeared on him. You know what I mean? Like just pulled a real asshole move on him. So
that guy looked completely stoned. Like he was fried.
Oh, yeah.
But it was fun. I mean, he seemed like he had a really good time. That was cool.
He's a super nice dude. Like he does look like a serial murderer, and he I mean, you would not second guess about how many people he's murdered in his life.
Yeah.
But he's like the sweetest, kindest dude like I've ever met in my life. Like,
that's awesome.
Such a sweetheart. It's so funny.
Now, why is he missing fingers?
He actually used to be a carpenter, and he was a union carpenter, and he was on the job site one time, and he was like bending over to pick something up, and he had his hand up on a I don't know what it was. I want to say like an I-beam, and there was guys on a crane lowering another I-beam, and someone fucked up, and the I-beam they dropped the I-beam on his hand, and it basically pinched his fingers off.
Oh god.
So he got a pinch point with a fucking steel I-beam, like a 10-ton steel I-beam, and just cut his finger off. He said he didn't even know when it happened either. He was just like boom, and all of a sudden something like knocked his hand off, and he's like, "What the hell?" And then he went to grab onto what he was working on, and he said he went to grab, and he couldn't grab anything because there was no fucking fingers there.
That's crazy. And then I saw you, and then what else happened? So I saw that, and then
before the show, I thought I was gonna have to kick some dude's ass before the show.
Yeah, there was some guy, like a homeless guy, trying to fight people.
Yeah, he was like we were pulling up, and he was like banging on our window trying to sell us drugs, and then I was like, "No, thanks, buddy," and we took off. And then when we were walking up, we saw him again, and then we were walking by him, and then he was trying to fight some chick on the street, and then like some dude, and like it was like a tall black dude.
But you said some girl like squared up on him, right?
Yeah, like I hear him behind me, like I'm walking away, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to start no shit with this dude, so yeah. I'm walking away. I just hear him, square up, nigga, this and that. So I was like, whoa. And I turned around, and he's talking to some chick. So I was like, whoa. So I started walking back, you know what I mean? Thinking like, okay, I'm going to fuck this dude up. This dude's trying to fight girls. And then the chick squares up with him, like, what's up, homie? And I was like, oh, no way.
No way.
Yeah, so I stood there, and I was like, okay, I'm going to let her handle her shit then. I'm going to let her beat this dude down then.
Yeah.
And so they're like talking shit, and they're like dancing a little bit. And then some other dude walks up and breaks it up. And then the tall black dude was like had his hand in his jacket, so I was like thinking like that dude's probably got a gun or something, and then the other dude was like, yeah, he's probably got something. And they walk off, so I was like, oh yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. Harvey's isn't in the best area.
And then
the part of Portland's
yeah,
not.
and then I get up to the door and some kid slams into me like all out of breath, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? And he's like, I gotta get in here. Can you let me in here? And Letty's like, you got a ticket? And the guy's like, no, I just need to get in. She's like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, what the fuck? And the guy just runs. And I'm like, is someone like, in my head, I'm like, who's trying to kill that kid right now? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone's trying to kill that kid. And then I tell the lady about the black dude just now, and she's like, oh, that's okay. Just ignore him. You know, there's a shooting here yesterday.
Yeah, there was a shooting the day before.
Here.
There was a shooting on the block.
I couldn't believe it. And the way she was talking about it, I was like, oh my God, lady, you are so just numbed by this shit. It's so crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, so I had a crazy last couple days. So Friday night, so I was opening for Piven in Treasure Island Casino.
Okay.
Right, so I fly to Vegas, get off, and Jeremy's like, hey man, can you help me hand out flyers for the show? I was like, I did this like 20 years ago in New York City when I first started. I think I was going to be in Vegas doing this.
With Jeremy Piven of all people.
Yeah, so me and Piven are outside giving out flyers, and he's like recording it. So like part of his like, but it was actually, the place was packed. It was over like 1,200 people, and the only issue was that I'm used to being on a stage where I look down versus a theater where I look up, and it fucks with me a little bit. And then I can't see anybody, and of course this. Yeah,
how are the lights when you're on a stage? Don't the lights go in your face anyway, and like you can only see like
sometimes,
the first couple rows?
But normally I could see people pretty well. Harvey's is pretty lit, and I like when I see people because I can fuck with people. But in a theater, you can't really do crowd work. You can, but it's not like the same as doing a comedy club.
Hey, you up there that no one can see?
Right, everyone has to like turn their head and look up, and it's just the whole thing. So I started. There was a guy in the hop going, but bum or ooh or ah, just being a douche, and I couldn't see him. So
I love when you just tear people apart too in the crowd,
which is what I love doing. But not when I'm like blinded, because then I'd be like, what do you do for a living? You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's not really a fair fight. So I was just like, dude, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you. If I could see you, I would annihilate you.
Just shut your whore mouth.
And everyone started clapping so that was good. So that the show itself went great. And afterwards, there was this like 13 hot chicks that were like hanging out. It was like kind of an after party sort of. And I go upstairs, and this girl's like, "Oh, you were so funny," or her tits are hanging out. And I was like, "Oh, want to see my baby?" No, I'm like,
I got a kid.
That's what I do now. I just cock block myself immediately. So then they're like, "Oh, she's so cute." I'm like, "Yeah, I can't wait to go see her." And then I'm coaching wrestling tomorrow, and the wife's picking me up at the airport. So that's my whole thing now. Is like, I've just gotten used.
Spill your beans about your life.
Yeah, that way it's like they, kind of know that like I'm not really looking to get laid and shit. And
yeah,
I mean, not that I wouldn't want to get laid. I'm not going to. It's
fun to play, but you're not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, like to know that it's nice to know that you're still wanted.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna like give up what I have for like this bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's just not. So then I get on a plane. I got a 6 a.m. flight. I get off the plane, and then I got to coach wrestling. We were a big tournament. I go right from the airport to the tournament.
God, you're an animal.
Like I come in with my suit, my luggage. Like parents.
Did you just have like a tracksuit on where you just fucking rip it off and you're in like your wrestling coach gear?
Dude, parents were like, "You just go from the airport." I'm like, "Yeah." But like they're like getting me coffee. They're like, "Take my coffee." So that was cool. We came in second in the tournament. We would have came in first.
Nice.
We would have came in first. Well,
Good job, guys.
It was only 3 teams. But we would have.
Hey man, second place.
But we would have come in first. We only had 7 kids in each weight. There was 11 weight classes, but we only competed in 7 of them because all our kids are like the same weight.
That's still most of them though.
We're like the other. Yeah. So out of the 7 weight classes, we had a kid in first and second in every weight class.
Nice.
Yeah. So we did great. We would have won if this kid didn't. If one of our kids got sick and didn't show up. But of course that like. It's so funny. It's so funny. We had this one kid on my team who's like first year wrestler. He's just like chubby. At the beginning of the season, he couldn't do 2 sprawls. Like literally couldn't do 2 sprawls. Now he's doing like 50. Like I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
But he had to wrestle a kid that was like a 3-year wrestler. Looked like a young Brock Lesnar. Like that on like our team.
Oh my God! Just a fucking 6'5", 14-year-old that weighs 300 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Like bigger than me and more muscular than me. So I'm trying to get the team psyched up. So it's right before the finals, right?
You hire the Undertaker to be his wrestling
It's right before the finals, and I go, who here wants to come in first place? And everyone's like, yeah. I go, who wants to come in second? And then that kid raises his hand.
Get the fuck out.
I swear. I'm like, I'm like, at least he's being honest, but like you shouldn't want to come in second.
I'm shooting for the stars, coach.
Like, I guess he knew he was coming in second, but you shouldn't want to come in second.
Yeah, aw.
You know, yeah.
Shame on his parents.
No, he was just happy. He's just happy. He was happy to compete for us, you know. And
That's kind of funny, though.
the other coach is such a jerk, though. He's sitting there screaming at
The other
his
team's
kids.
coach?
Yeah. He's screaming at his kids like, "Come on! I said go right, go right, go right!" Like
Oh
the whole
my
gym
God.
can see him. His kid's up like 8-2, and he's screaming at him like it's that basketball coach from Indiana, like Bobby Knight back in the day.
Oh, fucking throwing chairs and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, in middle school wrestling. And I was even telling these kids, I'm like, listen, you guys wrestle twice. I got you guys twice a week for an hour a day. These other kids, which they do, they wrestle. They have 3 hours a day with these kids, 3 times a week, and we're still beating their. I'm like, and we're still beating their asses. You know, I'm like, just give it your best shot. You have fun. I'm trying to instill make it hard, but not be a complete asshole about it. Like, this dude is just like, so I hated losing to that guy, but he just had more weight classes.
Yeah.
So that was annoying.
We shake his hand and be like, good matches. If only you didn't have every weight class.
Yes, right. Yeah, exactly. So then I was like, all right. After the tournament, I'm like, I'm just gonna go home. I got an hour and a half of sleep. I'm gonna take a nap. My wife's like, I'm going to the spa today. Can you watch the baby for 7 hours? I'm just like, and I know I got to host a Laugh Factory that night. So I'm like, all right. I come back, the power's out because of the rain. So the power's out.
That's the worst, dude.
So the automatic cat litter is broken. Now the cats are shitting everywhere.
Oh, you have an automatic one?
Yeah.
Oh, you
now
spoiled motherfucker.
But now the cats are shitting everywhere because the power's out. It's not working. You know, the baby.
There's only enough litter for one shit at a time.
Yeah, the
it
baby's
just cycles it.
Not in her electric snoo anymore. She can't sleep. There's candles everywhere. My wife's yelling at me for not being prepared. You know, but it was just yeah. So then
you're like, what is this? 1994?
Right. So then I go to the Laugh Factory. I fucking kill it because I'm on like I'm like so tired. I'm not thinking. That's what I'm usually at like my best.
You're delusionalist.
And these 3 girls in the front, right, from out of town, from Arkansas. They come up to me afterwards. They're like, "Hey, so what are you doing afterwards?" So I'm like, "Oh, look at my baby pictures." You know, I was like, I go right to that. And she's like, "Well, you want to hang out with us? We're going back to the hotel." I can't. I got the wife and kids. And they go, "No strings attached." I was like,
"Oh my god."
Yeah, I was like, so I pretended. I'm like, "What does your period have anything to do with this?" You know, pretending I don't know what the hell they're talking.
Trying to play dumb about it. Oh god.
So then I go home and get yelled at some more.
Oh shit.
So Tyler,
because you're like telling her about it and how proud you are that you like resisted these 3 hot chicks. Then she's like, "You're a piece of shit."
Yeah, women don't want to hear how you could have got laid. Hey, Miles. So Tyler just walked in.
He can't even see you when he hates your guts.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Miles?
So then,
what's up, Tyler? How you doing,
what's up, baby?
So then last night, my wife and I were finally like having sex. Right? It's been like a week, you know, and like we're having sex. And of course the baby.
Congratulations.
You know, the baby's in the crib next to our bed. You know, because it reminds me to pull out, right? So, I'm having sex with my wife. All of a sudden, she starts hearing, wah, wah. She wakes up, starts crying, right? My wife covers my ears during sex so that I won't hear the baby cry. Because she knows,
you married the right one, buddy.
Because she knows that it'll fuck with me. Like, she knows that I won't be able to.
She knows she's not going to get hers if you can't focus.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is so amazing.
Yeah, she starts covering my ears last night during sex.
I love that. That's awesome.
So anyway, so I was telling about our tournament. But you know what? Like
it was good.
Well, every kid in our team whatever they were seeded was what they placed. Aside from one kid, we had 2 kids that were seeded 3rd, take 2nd. So that was really cool. It was just that like, you know, they could have done a little better, but you know, a lot of our
shooting for 2nd.
We don't have great. I'm not gonna say we don't have great athletes, but we have kids that work really hard, and some of them just got out muscled. You know, like out
athleted.
Yeah. Which is, but
just by some freakish kid.
Just some 13-year-old
kid
that's just some Mowgli.
Like our kid was trying to do the moves, but he was up against like some football player that was tackle the fuck out. You know, like it was something like it was like that. You know, but you can't.
A real life mini Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But eventually our kids are gonna become better athletes and get stronger.
Well,
and, you know,
exactly.
The technique will eventually.
Yeah, the technique will take over once they hit high school and they kind of grow into their bodies. I just found out that one of our guys is 14.
Who?
Ryan.
The little 300-pound kid, the big one.
Which one?
Woods. He's
Really?
14. Yeah, he's 14 and a half. That's why he's
He got left
like,
back.
I think he got held back or something,
Oh.
but that's why he's so good. Is like he like has grown into his body and
whatever.
like knows,
Oh, what a
knows how to use his
sandbagger.
body. You know.
We got a sandbagger on the team.
I don't care. I love that kid.
Oh, he's the best. First
He's a
year
star
wrestler.
player.
Yeah.
First year wrestler, and he took first.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah. No, it was fun. It was hard. Me and Tyler have to get on the same page because Tyler knows like MMA wrestling and wrestling for jiu-jitsu, and I know like conventional wrestling, and a lot of stuff he does. He says it's gonna work, but it's just not stuff that I'm gonna teach, and vice versa.
Yeah. And you know what? That's actually good because it's a lot of stuff that those other wrestling kids won't know how to deal with either.
Yeah,
They'll
but
be in weird
sometimes
positions.
I'm just like, I think he might get turned on his back if he does that.
Yeah, true.
And I'm like, because what's for jiu-jitsu?
Oh, yeah, you
it
gotta
doesn't.
be careful of that, too.
You know,
Jiu-jitsu doesn't matter.
like that one move where you can like escape. Kind of crawl out, and then he got put on the back, and I look at you, I go, see, I knew that was gonna happen, and then I'm like, what am I doing here? Like Tyler's trying his hardest, I'm trying my hardest, we're trying our best, you know.
trying to figure out how to get these kids to listen.
We're on the exact same.
Trying to teach these short buses to stretch out a little.
Exactly.
We're on the exact same team here, you know. But it's frustrating though because like but then we have to figure out like, you know, like Tyler has a really good yelling voice, and then like my voice was shot, so I'm like whispering, tell him this, you know, like telling him what to yell.
It actually worked pretty well. I think.
Tyler's got the
I like that
diaphragm in the
system.
group.
Yeah,
I like that system.
But I had to
got
teach
that
Tyler
that marine
like,
bark.
I had to teach Tyler a little bit, like, and this is one that I learned, like, because I used to be like, I've been coaching kids for 13, 14 years now. It's like, you pick it up along the way. You know, like my first year, I thought if I could just teach them a Japanese wizard, that no one would be able to defend that. So before singlings, I was teaching them that, and that didn't work. You know,
Just teach them to jack people's elbows.
yeah, you just kind of, you know, you kind of think, but
It's an old judo trick, kids.
your mic's on, right? By the way,
What?
your mic's on, right?
Oh, yeah, is your
Yeah,
mic on?
my mic's on.
Okay, yeah. We had to start over like three
Yeah,
times.
we started over 3 hours.
So,
You don't know the kind of morning we've had.
so yeah, so
Glad I missed it.
So you kind of figure out what works, what doesn't. Like sometimes like Tyler was like, stop moving back, stop, and I was like, no, just tell him to move forward. Like you gotta tell him like rather than say don't not do something.
You gotta tell them what to do, not what not to do.
Positive, yeah. Embrace the positive.
But it's hard. It's hard to know that. You know, it's hard. And it took me 12 years to figure that out. You know, and even now, still I'll do it. You know, but also we're up against a team that doesn't shoot. Like basically this team they learn how to stall and get points for stalling.
Really?
Yeah, so like, you know, it's hard because our kid was up like 2-0 in the third, and our kids shoot all the time. My philosophy is just fucking, I'd rather you take 10 bad shots than no shots at all. Because eventually your bad shots turn into good shots, you know?
Tell them it's like girls, man. You're gonna, you know,
Yeah.
throw game at 10 of them, and eventually one's gonna hit.
One's gonna hit.
Right.
Exactly.
But like in the
And when
third
it
period,
does, you're gonna be the man, fucking man.
Put her on her back.
but in the third, I was like, oh man, our kid might take a bad shot. He's up 2-0. So I'm yelling out, he's not gonna shoot on you. You know, like telling you, I'm yelling out what his opponents.
Stall the stall guy.
Yeah, basically is what I'm trying to tell. It started like, yeah, it's annoying but whatever. It is what it is. I was pissed off the rest of the day that we didn't come in first place. I'm not gonna lie.
I've been stalled in tournaments, and that I wanted to fucking just smack the guy, just throw a fucking bitch slap right in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
1 point
I was
bandit.
angry too. My
So
girl was
bad.
she was pissed
When
because
I was in
so
college-
bitchy.
When I was in college, I was like
so salty about it.
When I was in college, I was down like one time like 5-4 in a wrestling match, and I was like, I just started. Like, I couldn't take the kid down. I could, but like I just ran into the kid and pushed him. I'm like, ref, he's stalling. The ref's like, no, you have to shoot. You can't just push him. So then we went out of bounds, and I pushed him, and he like flipped over the camera guy who was faced the other way. And my teammate's like, I would have given you 5 points for that.
His legs went over his head. That's a 5-point slam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
5-point takedown.
This is Greco, right?
So yeah, so then it's just been that was it. And then Super Bowl. You guys do anything for Super Bowl or no?
We had people over. Just
It was boring as fuck.
it was the worst Super Bowl, especially for a party. It was like we ended up playing Cards Against Humanity and drinking and like just hanging out.
What's Cards Against Humanity?
Never played
What?
Cards Against Humanity?
You've never played that game?
Oh, have you ever played Apples to Apples?
No.
It's like a card game.
Oh my god!
So there's like a question, and then everybody
It's like Mad
has
Libs
like
for
their
adults.
answers, but it's all like the worst possible shit
the worst,
you can
most
imagine.
repulsive fucking
Just
things
like-
you could ever put
yeah.
together, and it's like sent. Oh,
Like I got my buddy with. I have a buddy. He's
I have some
he's a
posts.
little overweight, and he's always like just like he's like Eeyore kind of like, oh hey guys, what's going on? And so he got this card. It's what's my superpower, and my answer card was 3 consecutive seconds of happiness. So he was
That's
like,
hilarious.
It's
you
like,
didn't
what
want
the
the
fuck,
one
man?
answer to that one too.
So you guys watch the fights over the weekend?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I only watched the co-main and the main.
Let's
for
talk
the-
about how
for
good
the
Marlon
UFC.
Moraes is. So that dude, I mean, you talk about a winning streak of Aljamain Sterling, Jimmy Rivera, and now knocking out what's his name, Asensio. I mean, those are probably the 3 most impressive knockouts in a row.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
and the first 2 were what, like
Wait, didn't he sub him? Didn't he drop him
30
and guillotine
seconds
him?
or something?
yeah, guillotine him, but yeah, just finishing guys in the
Yeah.
first period.
Yeah.
Yeah, he that dude's a terror.
yeah.
He has that like you could see it when he fights. He's like just that explosive little fucking fireball,
Yeah.
man.
Like everything's 100%. Like
Yeah.
he's not throwing feeling out shots. He's not throwing, like getting his it's just go.
And he's at
And
that like
just
Frankie
murder.
Edgar camp too.
Yeah.
and a Sun Cow or whatever the guy that you fought. I mean, he's no joke either. That guy throws bombs too, but fuck, man.
Yeah, I don't think he I think because of the first fight, because he beat him in the first one, it probably made him come out a little different, a little more like, okay, I know what to do. I'm gonna be fine. But
Yeah,
man, that was a
crazy.
different
that
Marlon
mental
Moraes.
edge.
The
That was a
Aldo
different
fight
Moraes.
too. That was the one I was most surprised with.
Yeah, Aldo forever be that guy that could just fucking wear you out with one shot. He just has
Yeah.
that explosive punch power and kicking that.
Yeah, and he's
then-
so technical too.
Yeah.
He's
like,
like a nice guy too. Afterwards, he was like, "Hey, he apologized to the guy. Sorry for so that
Sorry, I had to fuck you up.
he goes,
like
sorry that
that
you can't achieve your dreams right now," or something. Or something that was like sweet.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
oh man,
hey, bro, sorry I got in the way.
yeah. It's just crazy that like it kind of makes that.
Sorry, I'm a speaker. We can't roll over, pussy.
It kind of makes that McGregor fight even more impressive. The fact that he just stopped him so quickly.
So quickly. I mean, that's the thing with Conor. It's like he's still so good.
Yeah. You see, meanwhile, you see
So
that thing with
good,
like the
like-
baby mama drama that he has now.
Yes.
Oh
What do you
yeah,
think-
someone,
what do you
someone's
think
trying to
about
get a
that?
paternity test out of him.
Yeah. So this girl's the girl.
I mean, it's only a matter of time, I guess.
I mean, the girl has a picture him.
Fuck, what
I mean,
can I
there's a
say?
picture of him finger banging her, like kind of like standing up. She's wearing his shirt, and then he's like fingering her, like his hands are close. And
Oh, is that the one where like he's laughing,
Like in
all
the
you see is
club
her
or something?
ass? Yeah, they're in the club, and you can see. he's,
no? They're like in a
laughing.
hotel room.
Oh, no, huh?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then she's wearing his shirt in the morning, and I guess what sucks is I think it was like
I'm sure his wife knows.
before or after. I think it was
There's
before,
some sort
like
of
while she was
arrangement.
pregnant or
Yeah,
something.
they-
I mean,
Yeah.
come on. It's Conor McGregor. If you're marrying Conor McGregor, like she knows.
But
it's got to
but
be one of those things like, hey, you have kids with me, and you can.
But the
go
kid
fuck
looks just
whatever
like
else.
him.
He
The kid looks
does.
just like him.
It's a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
But
I thought
she,
it was a boy.
but she's saying like, hey, the whole thing is like I'm not doing this for the money. I just want people to know that I'm not lying or something. And I'm sure the money won't hurt either. But then
Yeah.
But then she's like, I'm living with my parents right now. I like don't have a job. It's really hard. Like I mean.
Well, who did she tell to this information to? You know what I mean? Because now it's like super public information instead of her like trying to contact him and say stuff.
Well, I guess he was ignoring her. He blocked her on social media or something. So, yeah. I mean, look, if it's his kid, he's got to take care of her. That's
Yeah.
just the fucking. I mean,
Well, I'm
he's
sure
got
he
enough
will.
money. He's got $75 million allegedly.
Exactly.
I mean,
Allegedly,
even
I'm
if he
sure
gives her
he'll-
like $5 million,
we'll see what he's used.
I'm sure he'll do the right thing when it comes down to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it seems like he's not doing
Conor
the right
McGregor
thing.
is
Buy
a
the kid
great
and sell
role
it.
model.
Yeah.
Great role model.
So other fights on that, I'm telling you who I'm actually really excited to watch now is the freaking stripper guy, Johnny Walker.
Oh, I know. He was, dude. His little antics after he knocked that one dude were so funny.
Before, during,
Doing the
after.
worm shit.
His little worm. I like his little worm dance he did.
But he's been doing this for a while. Like
He always does crazy shit
he
like
used to
that.
be like a male stripper. I think he definitely has those moves.
You know what he looks like to me? He looks like a mixture of like Zangief and Tim Sylvia.
Yeah.
Like if those two had a baby, that's him, doesn't he?
That's hilarious.
And he's just because
he
he's got that
does.
super
He
goofy
does.
awkwardness that Tim Sylvia has, but he's got that face of Zangief.
But he's killing people, this guy.
Yeah, and he's murdering people.
I mean, he ran through Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah.
And that was like, whoa. I mean, I didn't see that happen.
With that elbow too, that was the dude that he was elbowing, right? He was like tie clench him, then he elbowed him a couple times, and the guy went down. Yeah, that was a dirty fuck. He fucked that dude up. I was like, damn. And it didn't look like he was even elbowing him that hard either. It was just like short little elbows, but fuck, man, those elbows rock you.
I think we need a Johnny Walker, Tony Ferguson dance off in the cage.
A mullet dance off.
Yeah.
Mullet and mustache dance off.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ali Abdelaziz, speaking of which, says that Ferguson's lazy, doesn't deserve a title shot.
He's
Who
lazy?
the fuck is Ali, dude? Like, you're an agent. You don't know what the fuck you're talking.
He had a couple
I know
fights.
he's a black belt.
Ferguson's-
He's a Henzo
Ferguson's a
black
really
belt,
hard
but, like,
worker.
dude, if anybody deserves a title shot in the history of the UFC in any weight class, it's Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, come on, man. How can you say that guy?
Yeah.
He's lazy.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
admit that I don't really like Tony Ferguson, but he deserves a title shot. Like
But,
to
like,
me, he's the champion.
Dude,
honestly,
dude came back 6 months after a completely torn apart knee. Lazy.
But
Yeah, that's lazy.
But what do you think his angle is here? I mean, you think he's trying to he knows that Khabib will get a bigger money fight against Conor?
maybe he's trying to make it a bigger money
I think
fight.
he's trying to. Well, Khabib wants to fight GSP, right? They're talking about that in like
Everyone's
couple
getting
months
so
or
ridiculous
something,
with
but-
fighting right now. They're turning into WWE with trying to. I want to do this. I don't want to do
Well,
that.
yeah, that's what happens when WME owns the UFC.
I know.
Like,
Just let 'em.
It all started there.
Although, tell me you wouldn't want to watch Khabib versus GSP.
Oh, I would love to watch
Yeah, I would
Khabib
watch that.
GSP. Are you
I
kidding?
mean, what do you think happens in Khabib GSP and Khabib Ferguson? Both of you guys.
Khabib
I think-
GSP? I don't know.
I think Khabib would beat GSP.
You think?
Yeah, I think he would because GSP is main.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah, his strength that he gets people with is his wrestling, and I don't think it's gonna.
But
work
it's
against
also
Khabib.
it like
But his striking.
it's his
fucking-
wrestling, but it's also his perfection.
His mixture of it. Yeah.
He doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
He's also a lot bigger.
And he's a lot bigger.
He fights at 170. I mean, he fought at 85 against Bisping.
I mean, by all accounts, I've heard that Khabib before the Conor fight used to walk around at 200 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, and cut to 55. And for the Conor fight, he went down.
What's
to
that? What are you showing me?
190.
gotta see this. Read it.
Okay. I'm looking at
Jesse.
Vince is showing me today with Brandon MMA Roasted Ashley this, and then someone wrote Vince. The show goes to fire. Hell, Vince in a handbasket. That's nice.
Oh wait. Oh, am I just showing?
Oh,
Okay, now
oh.
read what she wrote.
That bitch still trying to steal. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Jesse Jess fighting for her mans.
Why are we airing this publicly? All right, go. All right, so wait.
So I don't know. I don't know who wins GSP Khabib.
Vince?
I gotta go GSP just because he's still.
you know
I would
what?
go
I thought
Khabib.
Bisping was gonna beat GSP, and fuck.
Yeah.
Was I wrong on that one?
Yeah.
I go Khabib
Vince,
on that.
Vince goes Khabib.
I think Khabib just because of the wrestling. I think GSP's main thing that he's had on other guys is wrestling. Aside from Josh Koscheck, who he fucked up with just a jab, he's ruined people
fucked
with
him up
his
with a
wrestling,
Yeah.
with his MMA actually, his
Yeah.
mixture, his
Jab.
his
left
attacks,
switch
his striking with
and wrestle.
with his wrestling,
Yeah.
and that's what it is. But I feel like Khabib's just gonna. It's not really gonna work that well in Khabib because I feel like Khabib's the guy that's gonna be attacking him the whole time.
Now,
Yeah.
what about
Just-
Ferguson?
yeah, very
What
good
about Ferguson?
backwards.
Khabib?
I feel like Ferguson would beat Khabib.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he beats him off his back.
Ferguson beats him off his back.
I feel like Ferguson is Khabib's hardest.
Khabib's not tapping to anybody though.
I'm not saying he's gonna tap.
Yeah,
I'm saying
he
he's
probably
gonna
wouldn't
beat
tap,
him.
but yeah.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
if anyone's gonna beat Khabib, it'd be Ferguson.
I don't know, but Ferguson gets hurt so many
He
times.
does,
He
but he
does.
gets
He's
hurt
fragile.
boxing. Like he gets hurt on the stand-up, which we've seen Khabib's hands. You know, he got Conor,
Yeah.
but
But we've
I just
also
don't
seen
see. He's so unconventional.
Yeah,
like Khabib's not like he's used to guys trying to out wrestle him or counter wrestle him, which Tony Ferguson's not going to do. He's going to do some weird Imanari roll, Berimbolo, crazy elbows from the bottom shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he's just going to make it up as he goes along. And I think that's what, like Eddie Bravo was talking about it. And he said the problem guys have against Khabib is that once they get on the bottom, they go into survive mode and panic mode instead of attack mode. He's like, Tony's gonna start attacking immediately. Once he gets to the ground, he's gonna. It doesn't matter if he's in side control, bottom side control. He's gonna be hitting you.
It's gonna be elbows,
trying to
it's gonna be
sweep,
strikes. It's gonna be so.
I think Tony takes it, and I think it's dirty.
I don't know. I have to go with Khabib on that one. And I like Tony. Tony's a buddy of mine. I don't know, man. I feel like
Maybe I just want to see Tony win.
I just never seen Khabib make a mistake, and I've seen Tony make many mistakes.
True.
Now, Charles Oliveira, that dude is on a mission, and now he's called out Kevin Lee. Ooh, who do you think wins? That's a good fight, Kevin Lee, Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Kevin Lee wins based on just wrestling.
I mean,
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think Oliveira would catch him.
Kevin Lee, yeah.
Catch him how?
Oliveira's jiu-jitsu is another level.
Yeah,
But-
and Lee's super careless, like with his grappling.
He claims that he beats black belts all the time in the gym.
That he like fucked up Dylan Dennis.
Yeah.
Do you think it really happened?
Who hasn't fucked up Dylan Dennis?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dylan Dennis actually.
Dude, Dylan Dennis can't keep his
He
damn
actually
mouth
called
shut.
out
Yeah,
Steven
he
Seagal in
put
Bellator.
his dick back in.
Called out Steven Seagal.
Yeah, he said he wants to fight Steven Seagal in Bellator.
I would love to fight Steven Seagal in Bellator. Like, who wouldn't want to fight Steven Seagal in Bellator?
I remember when George Foreman called out Steven Seagal. That's a fight I want to see. I would see. Who do you think wins right now, Steven Seagal or George Foreman? Right now,
George Foreman.
Foreman.
still
Yeah.
like. he's
Wait,
like-
what kind of fight?
MMA?
Just MMA fight?
Yeah,
Like a-
Foreman said he doesn't care about kicks or anything.
oh, for real? Foreman.
Yeah. Foreman, yeah.
Foreman. I go Foreman.
In
Foreman will
MMA,
fucking break Steven Seagal with a punch, dude.
really?
Yes.
Dude, Steven
Even though
Seagal's...
he's like so old and
So is
Yeah,
Steven
'cause Steven
Seagal.
Steven Seagal's old as fuck too, and he doesn't have any takedowns.
he's
It's gonna
old
be a
and fat.
stand-up fight. They're gonna
Yeah.
be standing, and what's Foreman's gonna throw a punch? Steven Seagal thinks he's gonna fucking do his wizardry shit on him. Fuck no.
Hey,
Foreman's gonna throw that dude with a
Steven
punch.
Seagal's got that mad front kick, though, that he taught to Anderson Silva.
He taught to Silva. Yeah, and look what happened to Silva's leg afterwards.
one of the funniest
point.
stories I ever heard about Seagal was that like I
Oh,
think it was
fuck.
David Spade told it on Howard Stern that like
I love David Spade, too.
Seagal went up to him. He's like, I just read the best screenplay. And he goes, oh, well, who wrote it? He goes, me. He's like, okay, all right, you know what? Like,
That's hilarious.
fucking guy.
Didn't he... Was it Steven Seagal that got choked out and shit his pants?
Yeah, by Judo Gene.
Yeah.
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 Shit himself.
Dude,
Yeah,
Judo
yeah.
Gene made him shit himself, dude. It's
Well,
so
no,
great.
because according to
That
him,
sucks.
he could never be choked out. So Judo went behind him and choked him out, and then he shit himself. But
Hey, man, I've been choked out countless times.
like,
I've
hey,
never
guess what?
shit myself from getting choked out.
Now we know you can get choked out and you shit yourself.
You shit your pants.
And you can shit yourself.
So did you guys watch any of the bare knuckle boxing?
I didn't.
Listen, this is my first time I ever ordered it, right? $30. It was probably the best $30 I spent in a long time. Yeah, it's hilarious. First they have Antonio Tarver is the commentator. And
Oh, I
Antonio-
thought you were going to say he was fighting.
No, he's the commentator. He does a really good job commentating. And they have all these ex-UFC guys. Joe Riggs is kicking ass in bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah, when you told me that, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he's still fighting.
Yeah, and he's won like his last 13 out of 14.
He used to fight at like super heavyweight, didn't he too? And
Joe
then he went
Riggs,
down to,
yeah.
like 145 or 55.
I think he got down to 55.
It was
I want
55,
to say,
huh?
yeah.
And also Chris Lytle fought. Lytle won.
What?
Although
Hell
it was,
yeah.
it was close. It
I
was-
like Chris Lytle. I fought one of his guys one time in Georgia, but
Seems
I
like a real
him.
nice guy.
Yeah, he's a super cool dude.
And then Joey Beltran fought Tony Diaz.
Oh, Joey Beltran's an awesome dude.
It was a good fight. You know what? The first fight was a war.
I can't
and,
believe he's still
and they
fighting,
fucked it up
honestly.
because what they did was before the second fight, they go, the first fight was the best fight in the history of bare knuckle boxing. Of course, it's not going to live up to that.
yeah, you can't
But
put that kind of pressure on two guys.
It was in Mexico. It was the U.S. versus Mexico, right? That was the thing. Dude, this thing is so like halfway through the telecast, a drone pops up, and Tarver's like, is that a drone? And then it just flies away.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All I want to say is bare knuckle boxing. You need to get my boy Mike Richmond back in there to knock some fucking heads off.
Dude.
And then also Rowdy Beck won.
Oh yeah, she's doing that shit too.
She's
Yep.
the bare knuckle boxing queen.
She straight
Yeah.
quit MMA, huh? To do bare knuckle boxing.
She's making more money doing it. But
Yeah.
she's the queen of
Good
bare
for
knuckle
her.
boxing.
That's more her style too.
Good for.
feel,
I
honestly.
feel like it really is.
She's the
That's
queen of
more
bare
her
knuckle,
style.
and Magana is the queen of knuckles deep.
Knuckles deep.
So yeah, fucking Rowdy Beck kicked some ass. Although she fought a girl that was her first fight ever. Looked like she was just like they
Like first,
no, she was 1-0 MMA, first bare knuckle boxing fight.
but just 1-0 in MMA.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I feel like that's rough.
Yeah.
Like if you've had one fight and you're already going to bare knuckle boxing, like that's
thank you.
that's
What's up,
a
guy?
rough one.
Yeah, it was.
Is that paper towels?
Yeah, I think so. My wife.
You get paper towels
my
delivered to
wife
your
gets
house?
everything delivered here.
Oh my god, you guys are out of control.
She
You are
just
in
gets-
Thanks,
Beverly
UPS.
Hills area.
I like to know how mad at me she is by how many boxes come the next day.
How many Amazons you get?
Yeah,
Dude, my roommate gets a package from Amazon every single day.
we get like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? I don't know. Open it. It's like,
Yeah.
Surprise! I
one.
ordered something.
I got yelled at this morning because, dude. So like, the crib, we have like cameras in the baby room. But it goes to her mom's phone too. And I guess like I put her in the crib, but there was still some blankets in the crib, like on the other side. And you can't put a baby in a crib with blankets there. Even though
suffocate or something.
Yeah, even though it was like completely on the other side. And I'm like, you didn't tell your mom, did you? She's like, no, she told me. I'm like, great. So your mom saw this while I was in the show. I'm like, yeah, but what are you gonna do? I'm happy that at least someone's watching out.
Yeah. Whatever. She's fine.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
fine. She'll be fine.
So
Although I do see, like, I don't want to say it, but I see a lot of shitty fucking parenting videos of like babies fucking like drowning in fucking water and just stupid shit like that.
you got to be careful. You got to be so careful
Yeah.
because she'll just pick up anything.
Yeah.
And put it in her mouth.
Yeah.
I mean anything.
And they'll fucking choke on it. And
I
then,
mean, yeah,
like,
she'll pick up like I'm doing the dishes. She'll pick up like the dish detergent and start pouring in her mouth. And you're like,
and most people will panic too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
when you're dealing with the emotions of something like if something like
Yeah.
that, like, God forbid something like that happens, and you're like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I would do, honestly. Like, I don't even know if I'd be able to react in the way that, you know what I mean, you would need to react to save that baby, to save your baby's life. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Dude, we were up in Mammoth with my buddy and his kids. She actually just turned 3 today, but I think she was like 2. She had just started walking, and we were all like doing something. I was downstairs, and I look up at the top of the stairs, and she's standing right at the top of the stairs and just goes,
Getting ready to
"Whoop,"
dive.
just takes a step, but she's like, the step is half the length of her
Yeah.
body,
Oh
my
and she just
God.
starts tumbling, and like he was right behind her. She did like a full tumble, and he grabbed her, and I was just standing there like frozen, like what the like couldn't even process
happened?
what was
She
happening.
started
She was
crying?
totally fine. Yeah, she like freaked out a little bit, but she was totally fine.
Oh well, yesterday I was like lifting her up and her head hit this thing right here, and then I was like, oh no! But you have to not react.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
didn't react,
exactly.
and then she was fine. I learned that from wrestling.
Yeah.
Like kid get hurt.
You kind of got to laugh it off with them so they laugh it off.
I tell kids like we have a kid that cries all the time, and I'm like, hey, listen, I don't know when you're really hurt because
Yeah.
you cry so much that you're like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
the boy that
yeah,
cried
exactly.
wolf? Stop
Yeah.
being a fucking pussy.
I always tell him, hey man, like it's okay to cry. It doesn't mean you stop doing what you're doing though. Like
Yeah.
cry it out, and keep going. Like
Yeah.
it's not gonna make a difference whether you're crying or not. I don't care.
I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever cried in wrestling practice in the history of wrestling. In fact, and then like 1 year,
You've never like been that frustrated?
1 year my ankle was so swollen. I fucked my ankle so up that my athletic director was like, "We're not letting you wrestle in New England." And I was like the #1 seed. I was like, "No, I'm wrestling." He goes, "All right, I'm gonna move your ankle around and look at your eyes, and if I see you in any pain, you're not wrestling." So he took my ankle and he did all kinds of stuff. I was in such pain, but I just looked at him like, "What's?" Yeah.
Bring it on, coach.
Yeah, I was
you're a
like,
bitch.
and of course, but at the end, I'm like, oh, like by myself. But, like,
Fuck.
I ended up winning. You know, I was like,
Walk
fuck
out the
that,
door,
you know?
start throwing up.
Limp off and shit. Should have put me in there, coach.
I probably fucked my ankle for
asshole.
life. You know, I have permanent damage now. I can't walk.
You should have put a heart monitor in his head and watch it spike when he moved it.
Dude, that's crazy. So, also, both bare knuckle boxing, Julian Lane
Yeah.
lost to Leonard Garcia.
Yeah.
But it was a
KO,
war.
Leonard
right?
Garcia's still fighting too?
Yeah.
Dude, I
Oh
know.
my god. Is that
I
like the
know.
retirement?
He was
fucking
telling
thing?
me, I think it is. He was like telling me this card, and I was like, who? Like Joe Riggs
I wanted to
Leonard
fight in the UFC
Garcia.
when I first started fighting. When I first started fighting, he was fighting. He was in the UFC. I wanted to fight him.
Dude,
I love that
he was
guy.
the man.
Dude, his Korean zombie fights were the best fights ever.
Yeah.
The greatest fights.
Leonard Garcia.
The greatest fights.
I love Leonard Garcia. He had probably had the worst form in the history of punching. I mean, he would
worst
throw
form?
gang punches, but he would throw so many of them they would land.
Well, and he was so tough too. Like he would
Yeah.
get the shit kicked out of him and just be like,
Come back to
all
me."
right, like a dog, just like let's go.
I had him on the
More.
He told me he got stabbed like 9 times because he got into a fight at some pizza parlor and
Jeez.
but like walked into the hospital like still with the pizza. Like he's just a
Man's got to eat.
Can I bring this in?
Do you guys mind if I bring outside food in here?
in the ER.
Yeah, I'm telling you know what? I'm kind of sold on the bare knuckle boxing thing, especially if they get these guys.
I'll
But
watch
it's
the next
It's so
one.
funny though.
I'll watch
some
the
of
next
their
one.
records, they're like the announcers. Their records are not very impressive. They're like, this guy has a record of 13 fights. I'm like, that's not a record, dude. You can't. They don't even say how many. What the
Well,
winner.
you want to be, he's like 2-14.
Yeah, they just. I'm like, you can't do
13
that.
fights.
He's a veteran
love
of
it.
13 fights and won one.
You can't just say 13 fights. Like, come on, man. That's.
You know what they should do though? Like, they should have bare knuckle boxing, but like the no sub, like I was telling you before.
Yeah.
Where the guy gets dropped and the ref is just in there just to be the referee. You know what I mean? Make sure there's no eye gouging or stupid shit like that. But if the guy can get back up and fight, they could fight. No time limits. Like fucking no. That's it, man. Bare knuckle boxing.
Make it an actual fight.
Yep. As long as the guy can get up and fight, he wants to get up and fight. The fight's on. You know what I mean? As soon as he's done, he's done. That's it.
I like that.
Adam's like,
Put it
that's-
completely on the athlete.
So-
That's
Yeah,
savage,
right?
dude.
It is.
So
Because
now
you know
there's,
they're
like-
not going to stop.
Yeah. And that's what people really want to see anyway. Fuck.
See somebody die.
Oh yeah, all we're doing is kind of taking away what these 6 savages that watch this shit anyway want to really see.
Yep.
So I don't know if you guys
honestly.
know this right now. There's a rap battle going on between Jared Brooks and have you guys heard about this?
No, but I saw Woodley's video that you retweeted,
Yeah.
and what the fuck, dude? It's a good thing you could fight, bro. Jesus,
I don't think he's that bad.
it was like I was like, what the fuck is this?
I think he's good.
He'll
I think
beat
he's
your
good.
ass.
So Brian
it was
Kelleher.
so like '90s rap lines.
So
like,
Brian Kelleher and
Ice-T and shit.
Jared Brooks are in a rap battle. So here's here's Jared Brooks, the monkey god.
Hello, Brian. My name is Jared. And that shit you spit on Twitter, I would be embarrassed. I know I got cut, but I didn't pull a Ferris. Still, I don't give a fuck. Like school contract managed by the people that are just like you. Talk the talk, but can't walk it. Nobody's shoes. Best MC in MMA, you're really fucking kidding, right? You're acting like a lion, but you know you're just a kitten, right? The tooth that you're missing must have you really spitting like you're the best man ever to fight. And step on the mic against me is like a right from Mike Tyson. Shit will kill you like rice and period with no hype. Just don't respond, I'm too enlightened. I'm about that action, like a stuntman. You sound like a midget. Action Brunson, all that huff and puffing like
He's
you ain't
not
scared
bad.
of nothing.
Yeah, he's actually not bad. This isn't bad.
I thought
I think Woodley's trash though. I think Woodley's raps are trash. Sorry, Woodley. I'm sure he's funny on stage.
Stick to fighting, man, and give that rap shit a rest.
So that was Jared Brooks, the monkey god. So here comes Kelleher.
That was pretty decent.
With his response. We're going to have the rap battle on MMA Roasted, I think next week. We're going to have them both on.
Have you ever seen those? What is it?
So-
Epic Rap Battles of History on YouTube.
So here is
good.
So here is Brian Kelleher's response.
They couldn't fuck with me. Luckily, voted a minutes, but now you all stuck with me. Sidekick.
Oh, shit, okay, he's coming down like an MGK.
I can see it coming, hypnotized in. Now you lost in it, go to rise in. Cause you couldn't keep up with the fly man. Keep on swinging like a Tarzan. Tug of war, yeah, I pull it in. Up on the board like a bulletin. A lion, I roar, yeah, I bully
Why do they always try to like suave their voice out when they're rapping? They try to like sound mean but soft.
Oh, so that's his response. And then
That was it. That was really just short and sweet.
But
Huh?
then
Right
it
to the point.
comes back here.
Usually fly way too fast, but you're slow. Listen real close. I'm on a yacht. You missed the boat. Let's make a toast. Go ahead with your 2 cents. It
Can't
wasn't
say that,
making
Brian
sense.
Kelly.
I lost a tooth against the fight in the best. Something you never addressed. I'm Action Bronson. That's a compliment. You just a midget's accomplishments. Standing tall when you take the fall. You won't even feel it at your greatest heights. Better raise the mic. It's time to pay the price.
Oh damn!
It's time to pay the price. Oh, but you couldn't really afford it because you was aborted. Now it's all sorted.
Oh,
and
shit.
I won the award of the best rapper in the game, bitch. Shh.
That was pretty hard.
So who wins, Kelleher or the Monkey God?
I think the Monkey God killed him.
Really, the first one?
I give it to the Monkey God. The first and third.
No. The third was
The third was
third was Kelleher.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Back at, back at him?
the last two were Kelleher.
Oh wait, who was the second one you limited us to?
That was Kelleher also. Kelleher
I
at
think
number 2 and 3.
I think Kelleher.
Really?
Yeah. I think Kelleher.
We got to have the Monkey God's response. But I don't know. The Monkey God came on strong first.
I want to. Let's get
It
it.
came out
Let's get it
strong,
next
but the
week.
rebuttal was pretty. The rebuttal was pretty fire.
And shout out to Action Bronson, man.
But have you heard Tyron Woodley's first song, "Beat Your Ass"?
No, and I probably don't want to.
You haven't heard "I'll Beat Your Ass"?
That one's a good one.
That's not the one that you posted?
It's all
No.
about Dana.
No. So Beat Your Ass is good. I'm telling you, Beat Your Ass is great.
Didn't he say Dana was the inspiration? Like he left a meeting and he was like, "Man, I'll beat your ass."
So yeah.
Oh my god!
Like, all right, let's make that the song.
Beat your ass. I'll beat your ass.
Fucking Tyler. Tyler's over here jigging on me, dude.
My Tyrone Biggums dance. See, I like the beat.
Beat your ass in real life. Beat your ass on TV. Nigga, I'll beat your ass on some beef shit. Beat your ass on GP. Pull up on that sneak tip. Niggas run when they see me. Now your eyes fucking popping out. You seeing shit in 3D. Beat your head to the white meat.
That was pretty hard.
Knock out all your white teeth. One fruit punch on your shirt for niggas thinking that I'm sweet. Paws loaded with concrete. Fingertips with NyQuil. Quick to put a nigga right to sleep. If he looking like he might squeal.
Fingertips with NyQuil.
I don't know. I like it. I think he's better than the mumble rappers that are out there. I think he's fine. I think he's good.
Yeah. For sure.
I like him. I'm a fan.
sure is.
I'm a fan of the Tyrant, and I'm not.
Keep him coming.
Of his rap
Keep
endeavors.
him coming, champ.
So let's talk about some of the fights coming up this week.
I'm sorry.
All right. So this week is a good. This week's a good week in fighting. So Vince is not a fan.
I could hold that shit in. No.
Yeah, but you don't like rap, do you?
I like rap, but I like gangster thuggy rap. I like I don't know.
I'm still like a Chronic 2001 guy.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
still that's
Yeah.
that's the gold standard for
I'm a
me.
hip hop gangster rap kind of person. I like that shit. I don't like the soft. I don't like the mumble rap shit. I like some R&B songs, but
Run the
for most
Jewels.
part,
You listen to Run the Jewels?
I don't even.
So
Dude,
Colby
Run the
Covington has
Jewels
threatened to
is-
sue the
They're the
UFC.
best rap right now.
Who's trying to sue the UFC?
Colby Covington is threatening to.
You're
sue.
such a fucking tool bag. Jesus.
We may have to go to court, and this may be a lawsuit because let's be honest, if Tom Brady wins the AFC Championship, and all of a sudden Roger Goodell says you're not going to the Super Bowl because we don't like you, that's not how it works. He's got a point.
Yeah, it does because it's the UFC.
So it's not a real league. So it's not a
no. It's not a democracy. It's not what Kobe Covington thinks. He thinks he makes the fucking rules.
no. But then
Like,
why have
no.
rankings though?
Huh?
Then why have rankings?
To make people that don't know anything think that there's something to be said about rankings.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, it's especially like
Do you feel like the ranking system is actually going off rankings by fights and what people accomplish in fighting?
it used to.
I think it
I don't
tries
feel
to do
way.
that.
Yeah, it used to, but
I think
don't
it
feel
tries
like,
to.
I don't feel
I
like
think
it's
it
like
used
that.
to. I think now star power plays a lot into
Yeah,
into
star
the
power is
rankings.
80%.
So then Colby
I feel.
goes, I don't care what Uncle Fester has to say.
Oh shit!
I'm the number.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
I'm the number.
Oh damn!
I'm the number one ranked fighter in the world.
That's so good. No,
Go
you're
look
not,
it
you
up
fucking
on the
idiot.
UFC website. I had a belt wrapped around my waist by Uncle Fester. I was the only fighter to go to the White House.
I love
That's
that.
funny.
That's so good.
What else do I have to do?
That's funny.
What's the criteria to get a title shot? I'll sit on the shelf all day. We'll go to court. I'll make it a living hell for the UFC. I don't give a fuck. They're always trying to make my life living hell. The business they're trying to do right now is ridiculous. Doesn't make sense. That's how valuable I am. They know I'm the biggest draw in the welterweight division, and soon to be the biggest draw in the sport. They can't stop my progression and my growth. But I'm getting better every day. I'm 30 years young. Every time I step in the ATT, I get better. You haven't seen my best yet. They can't deny me. That's what Colby says.
I want to kick that dude in the balls so hard that he cannot poison this world with another piece of shit like him, dude.
Really?
Jesus. Oh my God.
Really? Why?
He's just so delusional, that guy. I know he's like just doing his little thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, oh my God.
But I don't think he's doing his little thing. His little thing didn't include suing the UFC. His little thing.
His little thing was MAGA and have a big mouth.
His little
Yeah,
thing
but
was-
is he really going to sue the UFC? Like, how far do you think? He's not going to get far with that.
Well, I don't understand. He's managed by Dan Lambert, who runs ATT. Why isn't Dan telling him, like, dude,
Shut the fuck up.
this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
This is not the way to go. I mean, like, who has this ever worked for?
I don't know. But honestly, the reason why he's not fighting Woodley is probably because of him.
You think so?
Yeah, it's probably because he was like bitching, like, oh, I deserve this and this and that.
Well, they're
more,
saying
you
it
know
was
what I mean,
because they
kind of
offered him a
thing.
fight and he was injured.
Oh, was he injured?
That's what they're saying.
I didn't know he was injured.
That he said he had to get some kind of surgery.
Yeah, he got like hand surgery or no, that was Woodley got hand surgery. He
Something
had
happened.
Yeah, Woodley had
else, yeah.
shoulder surgery, I thought, right? It was a shoulder?
Well, he had shoulder surgery, but then after his last fight, I think he broke his hand too.
By the way,
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the-
that's
by the
right.
way, the Ben Askren Marty from Omaha
Oh,
thing,
dude.
is pretty damn funny.
Marty.
Like that was his
Marty.
name. That's his name. Like he went by Marty Usman in college wrestling. According to
really?
Askren, his name was Marty Usman, and then he got into MMA, became Kamaru. So he calls him Marty from Omaha.
Oh
and,
my God.
And like
Marty.
That shit kills me. I kind of like Ben Askren. Like,
I love
he's
Ben
boring as fuck to
Askren.
watch, but I like listening to him.
I love
Oh.
Ben Askren showing up to the presser in sandals
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah, and
That
then him
is
saying
such a
that like,
gangster move.
and then
and then talking shit to Dana too.
And then he goes, "Are you gonna sit me next to Marty?" And then Kamaru came up to him, wanted to fight him. Then
yeah,
he
in the
got in
back.
his face.
Yeah. And
Probably
he had
brought
his
some
guy
old,
like filming.
He probably brought some old repressed memories and shit, calling him Marty.
Marty from Omaha.
Like, come on,
And
Marty.
somebody took like a Marty McFly thing and like put Usman's
Oh my
face
God,
on
they
it.
memed him?
Yeah. They memed him.
Oh man.
Marty from Omaha.
Askren's already fucking starting to kick everyone in the dick.
All right, what?
He has to win though.
Against Lawler, yeah.
You know they wrestled in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Lawler and
Askren.
Askren?
Yeah. Ben beat him in college wrestling.
Really? I didn't know Robbie went to college.
Or me neither. I knew he was a good wrestler in high school. I didn't know he was a college wrestler.
Because wasn't his first UFC fight like after prom? It was like his senior prom. He like skipped his prom
he
or
didn't have
something.
any training really. He just
Yeah.
had his wrestling. He just fucking threw bombs.
and fucking slept
yeah, slept him dirty too. I remember
somebody.
I heard
Wasn't it
stories
Nick
about. I heard stories
that.
about.
I think he was
like,
kind of getting fucked up too, wasn't he?
Nick Diaz beat him.
Nick Diaz slept him, right?
Yeah.
Who did he fight?
Fucking Mayhem beat him.
Mayhem beat
May-
Robbie Lawler?
Yeah.
Damn.
Mayhem keeps calling me from jail. But he calls me
Mayhem
the
was a
worst.
good fighter. It was kind of sad that he kind of went off the
I
deep
mean,
end there.
he beat Robbie Lawler. His fight against Frank Trigg was brutal.
Another guy too like that was Jeremy Jackson. You remember Jeremy Jackson?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's in
Remember
jail
Jeremy
for like.
Jackson?
Yeah, he beat Diaz. He beat fucking.
Then he got kicked off Ultimate Fighter, right? For like with a chick.
Yeah, for taking off the bang some chick.
Dude, the one I want to see, there's a nice little Twitter beef going on between Matt Brown and Mike Perry. I would
I
love
wanna
to see that fight.
That'd be a good fight.
I just hope Brown. I hope Brown wins. I would hate to see him get
I know.
knocked out by Mike Perry.
I know.
know.
I think a prime.
I don't
Brown,
think you would.
I think a prime Brown kills any version of Mike Perry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dude, I'm training Matt Brown. He's fucking dirty. Like his clench game is fucking dirty, dude.
Yeah.
His Muay Thai is really
Yeah,
good.
he's got nasty
His clenching
Muay Thai.
is
When did you train with
super
him?
Dirty. A bunch of times over at City of Dong. Because I didn't know, but Crew Walter that I trained with down there was his first kickboxing coach, his first crew.
Oh,
That
wow.
taught him kickboxing back in Iowa or whatever hick ass state
Ohio?
they're from back east. Yeah,
Ohio?
one of those states
Ohio.
over there. Ohio, yeah, Ohio.
Ohio. It was awesome.
whatever hick ass state they
They're
were
all
in.
one big happy family.
I know.
But he's from back there, and I didn't realize that. So he was in the City of Dong when I was training for. What fight was that? For
I remember when
January
like Brown
fight?
was like on the Ultimate Fighter. Everyone was scared of him.
Yeah.
And Matt Riddle was like, fuck.
Spitting his dip.
Matt Riddle was so scared of him. And then Riddle put on a good show against him. Riddle looks
I like
fucking
Matt
huge
Riddle.
now.
He was like super like goober. He was almost like what's that guy that said he wants to get into Logan? That says he wants
Logan
to,
Paul, yeah.
He kind of reminds me of him.
well, did you
But
see
can't
that?
actually fight 'cause
well,
Logan Paul's
did
a
you?
pussy.
Logan Paul could fight.
Logan Paul can throw punches.
Well, he also was like he was a state. He placed in the states of Ohio wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a good wrestler.
I still don't think.
He's they're saying that he's gonna fight Soldier Boy. They were talking a lot of shit to
let's
each other.
go.
Oh, that'd be a good fight. Let two
No,
girls
he would
fight.
he would kill fucking Soldier Boy.
I know. Maybe Soldier Boy's got
be
some hands.
hilarious.
Maybe he's got some soul in those hands. Soldier.
Hold your hands.
He's got soul in the jaw.
But Riddle's fucking doing great with the wrestling now. See how jacked he is?
Nah, I haven't seen him.
He's in WWE now.
Is he?
And he's fucking huge.
Oh yeah,
and he's killing it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for him.
And he actually screenshotted like
I always liked him.
like Dana White saying like you'll never do anything with your life if you smoke pot or something, and then I see him like sign like a 6-figure.
Oh yeah, because he got kicked for weed, huh?
Yeah.
I thought that was fucking
So
stupid. 'Cause that's when they legalized
stupid.
weed, wasn't it? That he got busted.
So
It's
So it
crazy.
was like right when they legalized it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So let's talk about this week's fight.
I was
Kelvin
still so afraid to talk
Gastelum
about
versus
weed.
Robert Whitaker. I hope Kelvin
I'm
wins.
so excited.
It's a banger.
This
I don't
fight.
think he's going to,
I don't think he's going to either.
but I like it. I like that fight. Kelvin's always fun to watch,
root
man.
for the Kiwi.
But isn't it like always every time you think he's not going to win, he wins? Kelvin Gastelum.
I don't think he's gonna win any fight, and he always wins. Honestly, like even from the Ultimate Fighter, when I saw him in the Ultimate Fighter, like I didn't really think much of it. I didn't think he was that good, but like he started like I seen his progression, and now like I think he's really good. You know what I mean? But
He was the last pick,
yeah, he was.
but he was state champ of Arizona.
He was, but I think he was just because he was like so raw. He was just so unreformed at
Yeah,
that point.
yeah.
That no one really saw much in him. But then he like worked so hard on himself that now he's a beast. Now
They also say he goes really light in practice, shows up late, leaves early, dogs it in practice.
Really?
And then he's just like everyone beats him up in practice, but then he gets to the fight. And
he's
he's just a
just
different.
that guy. Yeah.
He's
I kind of get that. Like for some, I know with me, a lot of times, like when I'm sparring, it's like you're sparring with your team, so you're not trying to like kill them. You know, you should be because you're preparing for a fight. But
You
it's
like
like
your friends too much.
yeah, you love your friends too much, and
No,
some
I mean,
guys
you love your
have.
friends too much. I'm telling
Some
you.
guys have. Oh, I love my friends too much. Yeah, I know. I should just be kicking the shit out of them. But some guys can just turn it. You know, it's like they get to under the lights and it turns on
or off.
or off. Yeah, that's probably what happens to me.
You know what I notice about my self training is that
only
I'm
been two
kind of
times.
the same way where like I'm good. Like if I'll train hard and hard, but if I go too much, I'll burn myself out and then I'm like whatever.
Yeah.
But then sometimes if I take time off, I'll come back in and then I'm like that fucking for some
Now,
reason.
what's the fight?
It's like I've been training the whole time, but I haven't.
What's it like fighting in Australia?
I don't know.
You fought there.
No, it was New Zealand.
Oh, New Zealand. Oh, all right. Well,
It was
close enough.
awesome. I really loved it.
I mean, what are the fans like and everything?
Honestly, like the people out there were my favorite part. Like the people out there were so like just awesome. Like take you in like you were like family to them. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like I didn't know anyone out there.
But like walking to the cage, are they more aggressive or less aggressive than U.S. fans?
No, it was. They honestly like love everyone there. So if you're a Kiwi or not, well, if you weren't a Kiwi and you're actually that's a lie. If you're Australian, they don't really like you too much. But they don't like boo you or nothing. You know what I mean? They won't like. They'll cheer for the other guy, but they won't like boo you. That's how they are.
So when
They're
you were
not,
fighting
like-
Damian Brown, were they cheering for you or Brown?
They were cheering for me, actually. And then after I knocked him out, I think they cheered for me even more. But yeah, I don't know. It was. I honestly, when I went to New Zealand, it wasn't like I was visiting a strange land. It was kind of like home for me. I really liked it. I loved it out there.
It's crazy. And then
people
also
there
on
are
this
amazing.
card, Anderson Silva.
Oh yes, and the style bender. I am so excited for this fight. I get style bender.
You don't think that Silva's gonna get fucking beat up and it's gonna be, a legend's gonna get hurt?
There's a very big possibility of that happening, but it's Anderson Silva, and hopefully he doesn't overlook the style bender because I'm sure he knows. Like even though Anderson Silva did the interview and he's like, I don't even know who this kid is. I'm sure he knows who the fuck he is. You know what I mean? He's not sleeping on him. So I just hope Silva is coming in there prepared to fight with this kid, to have a good technical fight because their styles, those two styles are very similar. And so I want to see how they do against each other.
Yeah,
I mean, I think a prime Anderson Silva beats any version of Stylebender so far. I don't know. I wasn't sold on Stylebender when he fought that Italian guy that was taking him down. But then when he fought Tavares,
yeah,
and then when he fought Derek Brunson,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe
The
now
Brunson fight made me like think like, damn, okay.
maybe this guy
comfortable.
really is. I mean,
He's good, man.
he ran through Derek Brunson.
He's
Derek Brunson's a
good.
really good fighter.
He's so
he
composed in there. That's the thing. It's like
Yeah, he's so relaxed.
he's not worried about anything coming at him. You know, he's good with that range. Like talk about range management. He
Yeah.
doesn't
He's a
get
good
much
range
better than
fighter. He's
Stylebender.
definitely a good
So who do you think
range
wins this
fighter.
fight?
I think Stylebender takes it just because he's younger, more athletic. Anderson has the experience, obviously, but Stylbender's had, what, 20 fights? Something like that?
20 fights?
I mean, he has kickboxing, too.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, he kickboxed for a while.
he was like a good kickboxer, and then he came into MMA, and I like it.
There was that heavyweight that fought last week. That black guy from the Caribbean, that 75 kickboxing fight. See that guy?
Which guy?
A black guy that knocked out the Brazilian guy that used to wear a diaper in the cage.
Oh, yeah.
Are you talking about that scary dude that wears like those black, almost like
Not him. No,
samurai type
last
shorts?
week there was a guy that fought. It was a black guy he was from the Caribbean, and he was like 75 and was a kickboxer, some crazy.
On the UFC card?
Yeah.
Was he on the
undercard?
Undercard?
And he knocked out Urbina or Aribi, the guy that wears a diaper.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The guy looks scary good. This guy looks.
I don't know any of the guys that were on the undercard.
Yeah, I knew that Max Griffin got screwed. I thought he beat Thiago Alves, and they gave it to Alves.
Yeah, I heard about that one. I actually just watched right after that fight. I think I saw the end of that actually.
It wasn't the worst decision I've ever seen, but he definitely won.
Are you talking about Jairzinho Rosenstruck?
Yeah, that dude is scary. He's really good. He might be the next heavyweight.
Albini.
Yeah, he knocked out Albini.
Yeah.
Like crazy. So also on this card, Albini. Ricky Simone's taking on Ronnie Yaya.
Ricky.
I like Ricky in that one. Montana De La Rosa, who's cute. He's taking on Nadia Kesem. Don't know
Also
who that
cute.
is. Sam
I like
Alvey.
Nadia. I think Nadia's cute.
Sam
Is it
Alvey
Nadia?
is taking on Jim
Yeah,
Crute.
she's fine.
Smiling Sam Alvey is.
I
in
love
that-
Smiling Sam.
But he's one of
dude.
those dudes. Him, Elias Theodoro, that guy who just retired from Australia, Dan Kelly.
Dan Kelly? Dude,
they
your
fight
friend,
you.
your friend Craig's dad?
They fight you, but then all of a sudden, they fight you, but like you can't look good against them. Unless you knock them out.
You can't.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be some
Because it's
weird,
like it's this weird sloppy style, but it's like technically sloppy.
but it's effective.
You know? Yeah, like Sam Alvey, he does everything right, everything's crisp, but it just looks so jalopy.
And complete
Like-
slow motion.
Like
so
he throws
goobery.
a 1-2 and a switch kick, and you're like, "What the fuck was that?" And then you go down and slow, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that was like really good technique." Like
And then his hot wife's in
Like,
his
that was really
corner.
good technique, but for some reason,
for some reason, it looks like
that dog shit he threw earlier did not look like that.
Yeah, but he wins fights. He beat Rashad Evans. But
Yeah.
like all those guys except for Elias. Like I did not think Elias was going to beat Eric Anders.
No.
And
No.
I didn't
He
think
has
so
a
either.
weird, same thing. It's just like he throws these kicks that are just like, just like finally make it to the target.
So slow.
like, what the fuck?
I know it's almost like these guys faint, come back, and then they like.
It's like
get
they're
hit.
throwing change ups.
It's like they duck, and then they hit on the way back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was convinced that's how Matt Serra knocked out GSP. I think he ducked, came up, and then got hit.
Yeah.
With that like
that
loop
head kick.
Yeah, he did.
Also, Devontae Smith, who we had on the podcast last week, is taking on Dong Hong Ma.
What'd you call me?
Austin Arnett. He's out of your guy. He's out of Kies's gym.
Oh yeah, Austin.
He's taking on Shane Young. How good is Austin?
Austin's pretty good. I've only trained him I think like once or twice when I was out there. But he's good. He's pretty decent.
He's tough, right?
Yeah, he's a tough dude.
And then Ishihara, who
How
everyone
is he
was
still in the UFC?
everybody was convinced he was the next big thing because he was like, "Where are my bitches at?"
Yeah.
Everyone thought that was like cute because
Yeah.
he was Asian. Being
Wait,
like, "Where's
who?
There's a guy on Team Alpha.
Ishihara, alpha male guy.
He's always like, "Where are my bitches?"
Oh, my bitches.
You know what? I don't
Yeah,
think-
and then he lost like his first 4.
To everybody.
He's one of those guys that when I look at him, I want to knock his fucking head off. I don't know why.
Didn't he lose to Artem
Just
Lovov?
has one of those faces.
Did
Yeah,
Lovov beat
I
him?
don't know.
Let me.
It's
I'm
not even
looking.
just his face. It's just like his whole body, like his whole just silhouette of him.
He lost to. Yep, that was his first. That was his first loss in the UFC.
What, he lost to the Siberian pain train?
Dude,
whatever
the
they call it?
greatest fighter of all
Siberian
time,
pain
Artem
train.
What do they
Lobov,
call his
Isn't it the
ass?
Russian?
the goat.
The Russian hammer? Isn't
Oh
it?
yeah, the
It's
Russian,
the Russian hammer.
Siberian pain train.
I,
don't know
I
what-
like that way better.
They fucking call him. They call these stupid shit.
It's like a good porn name.
He's like Chuck Norris. So I feel like they always have like these little names for him. You know?
He's like- he's
Siberian
like a nice
pain
guy.
train.
He's actually a pretty cool guy.
Artem. He
Yeah.
was just on Ariel.
Oh, really?
Why does
Ariel
everyone think he's like
interviewed
the
him.
best fighter ever, though?
No,
They
they fuck
don't.
with
It's
him
the
because
joke.
the joke
That's
is
the
that,
jokes
like,
because
his
he
record's
sucks.
13
So
and
they call him the
14.
goat. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, but what he was saying,
I
he
thought
was
it was
like,
because that one clip of him like slipping one of McGregor's punches and uppercutting him. Then only everyone's like, "Oh, he's the goat. He cut uppercut with his
Wow,
own
nothing,
helmet."
nothing goes over your head, huh,
Yeah,
Vince?
he cut McGregor with his own shit.
he no, he was saying
Sometimes
it was
does.
actually he made a really good point though because he said like people want to talk shit and like what is success in this business? Like success is when people are watching your fights. So if people are watching my fights because they hate me or love me, I don't care.
I don't
They're
know,
still
man.
watching
People
my
are watching
fights.
Bob Sapp fights
He's
too. But
still
he's lost
making money.
35 in a row. I mean, I would, success is usually when you win.
Yeah. But if you're winning, if you're 10-0 and nobody's seen you fight,
Bunch of people
Who
walked out-
cares?
A bunch of people watch that last Chocolate Ale fight.
yep, exactly.
Whatever. It's just
But
art.
Chuck, I mean, that's different.
It's just art. But yeah, this guy, I just want
Just
to.
art
I want to fucking punch a mud hole in his face. I don't know.
Who, Ishihara?
Yeah, Ichihara. I don't know what it is.
I just thought
I
he
don't
was
even know
just
him. and
racist.
I don't even know him.
It's only
It's not even the
Japanese people.
racistness. No, it's not even the racistness. It's just,
I just thought he was going to be a lot better.
Racistness?
When he first
You like
came
that on
out,
the diet?
when he first came out, I thought he was going to be really good though, because the Alpha Male guys were all like about him.
Yeah.
me too.
He knocked out somebody pretty quickly. I think
Rolando
His
Da.
first guy.
no.
It was another Chinese guy, wasn't he? Fought on the Shanghai card and he knocked out
Horacio
another Chinese guy. I remember
Gutierrez,
seeing-
Julian Arosa. He
fought-
KO'd Julian Arosa. His first,
and it was like a wild
or his
fight.
second UFC fight.
Everybody was like super high on him.
Yeah, and then so since he's been in the UFC,
He fought
he's
Ray
lost.
Maynard.
He's lost 4 out of 6.
Yeah, Maynard looked really
the
good against
finale.
him. I was at that fight. Maynard just took him down
4 out of 7
400 times. And they gave Maynard that fight like, I think they wanted Maynard to lose that fight. Like they gave him
Really?
like, yeah, I think
They
were
wanted to
try-
build this guy?
Yeah, they're trying to build him.
Ishihara.
Yeah. Oh well.
I love it when that goes wrong.
I do,
love it.
I
That's
do,
like my
because
favorite
it
thing.
always
I know.
goes wrong.
No, it doesn't.
And then the guys that they don't pick are like, why aren't you promoting this
I don't
guy?
know.
It's
didn't-
gone
it
wrong a
didn't-
couple times, but I feel like their most recent one is probably Sage. I feel like he's like
Sage,
their most recent failure.
Paige.
They thought was
yeah, but it didn't go wrong with what's his name.
Paige failed before, I feel.
But I'm talking about when it goes wrong, like for example, like the BJ Penn versus Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Like that's when I fucking like. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of doing that right now with Silva and this other kid.
Yeah.
They should. BJ Penn should never took that fight. And then the fight he fought again with Ryan
Ryan
Hall.
Hall, yeah.
And I'm sure he's needing surgery now after his fucking.
Oh
heel
yeah.
hook.
That's
Yeah, but
what
at least he
happens
didn't
when you
get his
turn the
head
wrong
fucking
way on a
kicked
heel
in, though.
hook.
Fuck. And BJ Penn too turned the wrong way. I
The
was like,
exact
wow.
wrong way.
That
Like,
he
immediately.
purposely fucked himself up.
People at like my jiu-jitsu gym were so pissed about that,
Really? About him beating?
about him turning the wrong way.
Yeah.
They were like really angry about
well,
that.
because
Yeah.
I mean, but like this is the new game, It's like for years, jiu-jitsu guys would like stay away from leg locks because it's cheap or it's like it's cheating
It was
or
kinda
it's a
frowned
whatever.
upon for a little
And
bit.
like so they never learned it, and then like you get these guys that have trained traditional, sport jiu-jitsu or self-defense jiu-jitsu, whatever in the gi. They're not used to those looks. And it's like it's a different world. It's a different world. I remember I trained in Sweden. I was in Sweden last year, and like found this random like gym, couple black belts. There was like 3 guys there on an open mat during the day. One of them was a purple belt, and the other 2 guys were white belts. So he was like, "Hey man, like can we roll? Like I never get good training because I'm always with the white belts and blue belts and whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Dude tapped me like 10 times in 5 minutes.
Wait, with what?
With heel hooks. He would just come in, under me and just take that
And he was a
leg.
purple
And it's
belt?
like, he was a purple
And
belt.
you're a brown belt?
Yeah. And he just like, but it was like within 10 seconds of him grabbing that leg, it's done.
Wow.
And it's like, you're not going to sit there and fight
but don't you
through
know all
it.
that stuff?
A little bit. Like I leg lock people all the time, but it's a different it's a different system. There's a whole system that they have after, especially like John Danaher.
Yeah, they
and
chain
those
them.
guys.
They're chained together just like
Danaher-
They chain
Danaher's
like
triangle
front
arm bar,
headlock
almost a lot of
system.
shit.
Danaher,
with
he's
leg locks.
at my gym now Sunday. Danaher is.
Oh really?
He's teaching a seminar.
How much?
It's $80 for members, $120 for non-members.
Damn.
Jesus.
Is that worth it? Or no?
From what I've heard,
Yeah.
it's very worth it.
Yeah.
Like the people that I know that have gone to Gordon Ryan seminars, John Danaher seminars, all say like it completely changed their game. Completely.
Now, Is it me or is Gary Tonin going to be the next world champion?
I hope so.
You probably will be.
Sure ain't gonna be AJ Agazarm.
Oof. What happened there?
Harsh words.
And he's still talking shit to people. Like he was on Instagram today talking shit to somebody. I'd smoke you. I'd mop you all over the mat.
serious?
In the first round, and everybody's
guess.
Everybody's responding like, "Go fuck yourself,
Who's he saying
dude!
that
Like
to?
you just got your ass beat."
To who? Who's saying that to?
It was oh shoot, was it Dill? It was. I think it might have been on a post that Dylan Dennis put up or something that he responded. I'll find it.
He had really good wrestling too in college. He wrestled for Ohio State. I don't think he started, but he's still even being in that room.
He's good. He's good, and he's great at jiu-jitsu. He just like
You think he overlooked his opponent?
for sure. Well, and also it's his first fight. Like he had no amateur fights. He had no pro fights.
Just went in like fuck.
He just went in. Yeah, he just went pro.
And he's training with the Diaz brothers, right?
Yeah. So it's like he should, for all intents and purposes, be good, but he just could. You know, some guys just can't put it
You
together.
should be good.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
But you're not. What happened?
What happened?
Some guys just can't put
Well,
it together.
he's also like sticking out his face.
Yeah,
And then
that
like
was such
at the end acting like he won.
Yeah.
You know, and like stuff like that. That I think also, I think that really works against you. I think the judges want to give it to the other person.
Yeah.
Like if you're talking all that shit and losing,
Yeah.
I almost felt like that happened a lot of times to Bobby Green. I think all the shit talking, because if you get like a conservative judge and he's judging your fight and all he hears is like the N-word and all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff and cursing and
Talking shit back.
yeah, he might just go the other way on close rounds. You know, like fuck this kid, he needs to learn some respect. You know, if you got like one of those people.
Yeah, that's honestly true. And I mean, judges aren't supposed to judge shit off that, but
Yeah, but I mean,
Judges
they're
are
only,
people.
but they're only human people, right? Exactly. It's just like with Caitlin Kukajan's fights. She always grunts every time he throws a kick.
Yeah.
And I think that helps her
For sure.
because you're hearing the
Holly too.
Holly too.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I throw really hard, I do too.
Yeah.
I
do too,
I'll let
yeah.
out a roar.
I went and trained. I went for a run. I ran to the gym and then like hit the bag for a little bit last
Today?
weekend. Last weekend. Right after watching a couple episodes of The Punisher. And I was like,
Feeling like fucking
let's
shit
see.
up.
I was like, let's see if there's something to it. Just started doing that Punisher. Just like hitting the bag. It helps, dude.
Hell yeah.
It helps. Just like when you're tired, get angry.
Yeah.
And just go off pure hate and
Yeah.
destruction. Like,
Honestly, that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do in the gym all the time.
Yeah.
When I get tired, I get mad. I get mad when I get tired. 'Cause
Yeah,
I hate
exactly.
myself for getting tired.
you have to like
I've done that on the
push
treadmill,
through
like
that.
at like crunch, and everyone just looks at me.
All the soccer
Planet
moms, what's that
Fitness?
guy's from?
what is it?
What are you
Lug,
looking at?
lug alarm or something? Lug head alarm.
Look, Hillary.
Yeah, that's good. Meanwhile, speaking of Holly Holm, Aspen Ladd got fucked. She's supposed to fight Holly Holm next.
Oh yeah.
And she found out the fight was off on Twitter.
That's how she found out.
Yeah.
Oh,
on
they didn't
Twitter.
even tell
They didn't
her?
tell her.
What the
And now
That's how I
they're-
found out.
And now they're saying Holly is fighting for a title shot against Nunez. Why does Cyborg not get the next title shot? That's insane.
I don't think she wants it.
Who, Cyborg?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Really?
I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. Someone does that to you, the first thing in your eyes,
Cyborg-
the
Come
first
on,
thing in your
Cyborg-
head is
Cyborg
not is
Got
not
Ronda
going to
Rousey.
fight. She got Ronda Rousey. She got
by-
Ronda.
I disagree because Ronda got completely outclassed the whole fight. Cyborg ran into a punch.
Cyborg got outpunched.
Yeah, but that was
Cyborg got outpunched. The fucking human woman punching machine got outpunched.
Yeah, but that was early in the fight, and I think Rousey, it was a completely like shellacking. She got embarrassed the first round and kicked in the head the second round.
Well,
Cyborg,
Rousey has garbage for stand up, but
but I just think that Cyborg, I don't think she got Rousey'd, honestly. You know,
I think Holly Holm destroyed Ronda Rousey when she beat her. I think that was what ended Ronda Rousey.
I think Ronda Rousey also had so many hanger-ons, and it was so big, and it
Yeah.
was so much, and it was never done before.
Yeah,
and
she had too many
she
yes
had too many
men
yes
around her.
men, and you had bad coaching, and then the mom hated the coach, and then you know the
Edmund's got a new boy though. His I think it's his nephew.
who is it?
Lord of Mercy.
Edmund Shabazian.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was at that fight.
He's at Muscle Farm.
he's a good kid. Yeah,
He's
that
at Muscle
kid's
Farm. I
good.
saw him at CXF.
I like him. He's awesome.
Last year, like early last year, he beat the fuck out of his
He's
good,
good.
dude.
He's good.
Beat
Yeah,
the
but I was at that
fuck
UFC.
out.
I was at his
young, too.
UFC fight, and it was
Super
very,
young.
very close.
Yeah,
It was.
but
It was
I mean,
very,
he's
very
new
close.
too. You know,
Yeah.
he's young. He's like
He's
22.
young. He's very green still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very green.
He's raw.
Still.
But I
think
wouldn't
he's
say
gonna-
he's the next. I
think
don't
he's
know.
gonna make
I don't know.
waves.
I don't
think he's
know.
gonna
I mean,
make
like
waves. He might not be
He
a champ,
could, as
but-
long as he doesn't get lied to too much.
Exactly.
you never know.
Trust him to say
Trust in
that.
his family.
And I'm just gonna say that.
Move your head.
All right. So 1 minute.
You're the best boxer.
movement.
You're the best boxer in the
No.
world.
Well, I mean, I don't understand, but I mean, you had the mom.
get hit.
That was the craziest thing where you had the mom, like, who fucking hated the coach.
Yeah.
And your mom's been your lifelong coach.
You know, I mean, and the
Yeah,
mom was right.
And she was right.
Mom
And
was
she was
wrong
right.
again.
As crazy as she is, she was right.
But you know
Yeah.
what? That was a learning lesson for her, and I'm sure she learned.
Yeah. I'd like to see Ronda come back if she wants to. If she
I would
wants, I
too.
don't think she does. Because why the fuck would
If
you
she
when you're
learned-
making
I would like to see her
millions of
learn.
dollars?
I would like to see her learn some striking and come back.
Well, I've also heard like people talk about her takedowns and they're like, oh, she only throws, she never wrestles. She has like her knees are gone,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
so she can't shoot. Like she can't shoot a double because her knees will explode.
Yeah.
So like she has to use judo, but
Isn't
there's
that
Greco
funny how,
wrestling. there's
the most elite
there's
yeah, but
level
she was also.
fighters
It was hard to feel bad for her though. Number one, she was not.
Yeah,
I mean,
fucked
have like limitations like that, but you'd never know.
You'd never know because they don't need with the skills that they do have are perfect
Yeah.
until they're not.
All right, so we're calling Ashlee Evans-Smith. Who she's got a big fight coming up. What's up, people? Most subscription boxes are full of samples and junk you'll never use. But not Battle Box. It's the monthly subscription box for men, full of solid gear for adventure seekers, survivalists, and outdoor enthusiasts. Yeah, Battle Box is your monthly subscription for hand-picked outdoor survival and everyday carry gear. Battle Box introduces you to the best products, new gear, and innovative companies at a much lower cost than if you were to buy them individually. Plus, who doesn't like to get a package full of mystery adventure gear? I know I do. I love that stuff. So, go to trybattlebox.com/MMA Roasted and pick the box you want. They start at just $25 per month. Plus, they release a video for each new box so you can see what's coming and how to use it. They shipped over 500,000 boxes, and they've won Best Men's Subscription Box of 2017. Yeah, sign up today and be ready for anything. So now, through March, our listeners get a free tactical knife when you sign up for your first battle box at trybattlebox.com/MMA Roasted. Yeah, that's trybattlebox.com/MMA Roasted. That's trybattlebox.com/MMA Roasted. Check it out. What's up, people? Sexual performance issues, they're way more common than you think. Yes, it's all over the place. Over 25% of new ED cases are guys under the age of 40. 40% of men by the age of 40 struggle from not being able to get and maintain an erection. Even the world's greatest actor can't fake one. Who's the world's greatest actor? De Niro, Pacino? They can't fake an erection. And why do guys turn to weird solutions or do nothing when they can turn instead to medicine and science? Go to forhims.com. It's a one-stop shop for hair loss, skin care, sexual wellness for men. Thanks to science, ED can be optional because HIMS connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat ED. Yeah, there's no waiting room, no awkward in-person doctor visits, no lines. You could save hours by going to forhims.com. It is so easy. Answer a few quick questions and chat with a doctor for confidential review. The products are shipped directly to your door. It's hard made easy. Say hello to your little friend. Try Hims for a month today for just $5. We'll get you started for just $5 while supplies last. See the website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Just go to hims.com/MMA Roasted. That's FORHIMS.com/MMA Roasted. Forhims.com/MMA Roasted. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission-free. They strive to make financial services work for everyone, not just the wealthy. It's a non-intimidating way for stock market newcomers to invest for the first time with true confidence. They have a simple and intuitive, clear design with data presented in an easy-to-digest way. Listen, Robinhood, they have so many advantages, okay? Like the Robinhood app, they have no commission fees. Other brokerages charge up to $10 for every trade, but Robinhood doesn't charge commission fees, and they don't keep all your profits, okay? Their design is easy to use. They have easy to understand charts and market data. You can place a trade in just 4 taps on your smartphone. Yeah, you learn by doing, okay? You can learn how to invest as you build your portfolio. You can discover new stocks and track your favorite companies with personalized newsfeed. And you get custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right time to invest. Robinhood is giving listeners a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you build your portfolio. Sign up at MMARoasted.robinhood.com. That's MMARoasted.robinhood.com.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
All right. See the baby?
This is so freaking cute.
Oh, thank you. Me or the baby? So, there you go. So, Ashlee Evans-Smith, you're in your car. You just ran away. I can't see you anymore.
Damn it! I'm sorry. Hold on. There we go. Shit.
Best episode ever.
I've always wanted to be in your car before, but I've actually been in your car before. So here we are. We're talking. There we go.
Here we are in your car.
All right.
again.
So here we are. I got Vinc Pichel with me. You know Vince? Hello.
Hello.
We met before?
He's also in the UFC.
Maybe I've been around you. I don't know if I've actually met you personally though.
At-
Yeah, I feel like if I've actually met someone, then I remember them. But if we just been around, sometimes, especially if I'm like fighting, I'm in my own little world.
So Ashley was supposed to come to my show the other night, and then she canceled after I got her on the list.
Boo!
Well, it wasn't my fault. I had a date lined up, and then that person flaked on me.
What?
Who is it?
What?
What's his name?
Someone flaked on you?
How did that happen?
That shit always happens to me too.
How do people flake on you? You're such a hot, sweet woman.
They're scared.
Well, you know
So
what? I guess- So I assumed because we were gonna hang out, it was kind of tentative, and so I text him like, "Hey, we should go to this comedy show at it was I don't know, 3:00 maybe," and then I didn't hear from him the whole rest of the night, and so that was the first time we've been talking for a little bit, so I figured he'll at least text me back yes or no, and then I would go with somebody else. But I kept the option open, in case he last minute he was like, "Oh, I didn't get your message, I was doing something," and then so it just came an hour before the show. I was like, I'm not gonna go alone, and it was too late to ask somebody else. So.
But no, Ashley, didn't you have a boyfriend that you were all into and like?
Well, you're such an asshole.
As if you didn't know.
I am single right now.
Oh, okay. Vince, you hear that? Vince, you hear that?
See you laugh. Here goes Adam.
Yes.
Pour me out.
So, all right. So, I've been saying, look. Vince is a good guy. He's a fighter. He drives a motorcycle.
Not anymore.
Not
anymore.
Okay, he had a motorcycle accident.
I'm so upset about that too. I wish I still had.
Vince has tattoos. He's super nice and respectful. He likes crazy women. You are a hot, crazy
She's
woman.
Yes.
But you got a big heart, huge heart. You got a tattoo on your head that says "Wild Child" or something,
I
right?
feel like such a piece of meat when I'm over
Sure.
here. And just
Yes.
me out all the time.
So you're also a college wrestler, All-American. Vince, you hear that? Vince needs to work on his wrestling.
I need some wrestling.
His last fight, he got beat by Gregor Gillespie, who's a national champion, and I think you could help him. So, what do you say?
What do you say?
I'll help him with
She's
his
like, I have
wrestling,
Starbucks.
sure.
Oh, nice. Okay, there you go. Boom. Match made in heaven.
She's only getting whacker wasted on her Starbucks.
So-
She don't care about all this.
So where are you training now? Are you training at Black House, the body shop? Where are you training at?
No, I've never been part of the body shop. I mean, I
fought some of those guys.
Cross-trained over there because I know Antonio and some of the guys over there. And just a lot of high-level wrestlers usually come out of there. But I'm at Classic Fight Team. That's the gym that I've been with the longest. That's currently in my corner right now. Raw Talent Boxing. And then, I'm actually now representing Black House in Gardena.
Nice.
Two Redondo, one in Gardena. And, Kenny Johnson is going to be my wrestling corner.
Yeah.
I love that guy. He actually gave he gave a kid on my team a free scholarship to his wrestling camp.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, Kenny's super cool.
Kenny is a no bullshit, really big heart kind of guy. And usually those things don't go together. Usually you're just a big asshole, kind of blunt to the point, and you're not a nice guy, or you're a nice guy, you can kind of be a pushover, but he's a really sweet guy, but he's just no bullshit.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's a good person. Good person. So you're fighting Andrea KGB Lee. When's this fight taking place?
Less than 2 weeks. It's February 17th in Phoenix, Arizona at Talking Stick Resort.
Wow. You sure you're on the Cain Velasquez and Ngannou card?
It's an amazing card. Aljamain is fighting, I think, Jimmy Rivera. Manny Bermudez is fighting, I forget his name. I didn't know who Manny Bermudez was until recently, and he's like he's fighting another undefeated fighter. So 2 undefeated fighters, top. I think they're like bantamweight prospects. There's just a lot of really good fights. There's 3 total girl fights. My fight against Lee. Jessica Penne's fighting, I believe, Courtney Casey. Right?
Wow, that's a good fight.
Ooh, banger.
That's a good fight.
And then there's another girl fight, Jody Escobar versus, I don't know, pretty much after flyweight I stopped paying attention because I'm never going to fight him. But there's 3 girl fights which is pretty cool too.
Now, I told you, because you beat Fallon Fox at 145.
Thank you for that, by the way.
But forget about that. That's not the point.
Good job.
That PFL is doing a tournament. At 155 for $1 million. And I'm like, yeah, and then the girl, the judo girl is like the big favorite to win, Kayla Harrison. But I'm like, you could do that. I think you could win the whole thing, for real.
Your baby is awake and staring at me. It's so freaking cute.
She likes you. This could have. Yes. This is her name. Thank you. Her name is. Wow, you hear that? See, already she's
Adam Jr.
Assuming your gender.
Just assuming.
Her name is Violet.
Assuming she has more than one gender.
She's been to wrestling practice and matches this year, unlike someone else on this line right here.
I saw you coaching with her. It's adorable. Sorry. Okay. I just want to know. Hi, Violet. But to get back to the interview, yeah, you mentioned the PFL tournament at 155, but I mean, I might not necessarily be a 125er. I am fighting at 125. I'm adapting to the weight class because that's where I would like my body to be health-wise. I've always carried a little bit of excess weight. I've always kind of been a chunky fighter in my mind. Not a chunky individual, but like a top-level athlete, I feel like I could shed some more body fat. And I'm working my way on being comfortable at 125, but I'm definitely not a 145er, and I've never been a 155er.
I know. I would like to see you win $1 million. I think $1 million would be good, and then you could give some to me since I told you about it. Now we got to talk about this picture, okay, on Instagram right here. This picture.
Let me see.
Oh my God!
Oh, damn!
So
all right.
All right. You're
Ashlee.
at the Goodfellas Tattoo Art Studio. You're butt naked and you're fingering yourself. Okay.
It's my kind of girl.
Where? Okay. So. Where is that? It's a cock. You got a cock on your hip, a rooster.
I knew when I posted that picture. Not only was I gonna get a lot of comments because it's showing a lot of skin, but also because they're gonna be like, they're not gonna say, "Oh, rooster" or a bird. They're gonna say, "Oh, cock."
Right. Of course. All right. So go on. Yeah, you have a big old cock on your hip. Now I heard you like big cock. So now, no, I'm kidding. I hear that you like don't judge. Now,
Oh, she likes little ones.
it doesn't matter. She's all about the personality. She can handle whatever she can handle. So whether it's a 125 or 135 or okay, so now your finger. Now is this covering it or like what's going on here?
Just covering the no-no zone.
Tapping the keys.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, guys. So don't go on our Instagram. There's 453 comments about this. It seems like everybody's a big fan. Who took the picture?
My tattoo artist.
Oh, okay.
I still feel like you would maybe be wearing underwear typically.
Yeah. Oh, you said no. She's like
No,
fuck
you
it.
can't tattoo through underwear.
Now, how long did this take to get the cock on your hip?
I did the outline in Vegas. Ryan Jenkins did it. He goes back and forth. He's out in Vegas at Hardin Huntington inside the Hard Rock, which now actually just got bought out. But anyway, and then he goes back and forth, and he's out here 3 days a week at Goodfellas in Orange County. And we did the outline, which took like 3 hours one night, and then that took 5 hours.
Wow.
Or 8.
I like it though. It's very pretty. Now, why the rooster though?
I mean, I have a couple different animals, and not to
Cockfighting.
get like super in depth, but I'm just at a point where I have so many tattoos that some of them have more meaning than others. This one doesn't have as much meaning besides the beauty in it and like the art. But yeah, I love animals. I'm a vegan, and I'm gonna get more animals. I'm actually getting one more tattoo before my fight from Ryan in a couple days. Actually, it's another animal.
Where?
You'll have to wait and find out.
Is it? Why do I feel like your butthole is going to be on the internet and it's going to be like
my vagina, butthole, boobs that will never be on the internet.
Oh, okay, all right. That's good. Good to keep your butthole off the internet because I'm sure it's a fine looking butthole, but we don't want you got a little bit left to your imagination. Now Now, it would seem in this fight coming up against Andrea KGB Lee that you have the wrestling advantage. You being an all-American wrestler, you being an awesome wrestler. But a lot of times in your fights, you're just like, fuck it, I just want to throw down. Are we going to just trade like fucking crazy, or are we going to go more into wrestling?
Yeah, that is definitely what's happened the last couple of fights. I'm like, I'm a wrestler, I'm a striker. But I think everyone has a plan going into the fight, and if you try to initiate the plan but it doesn't go your way, but you stick to the plan, you're kind of living and dying by the sword. So I mean, you got to start striking usually, unless you're fucking what was it, Randy Couture versus that boxer
James Toney.
James Toney, yeah.
Wow.
If you pull one of those out of your butt, you really got to start striking. So let's say we start striking and I get the better of her. Why would I go to my wrestling? But if, we start striking and things aren't going my way, or I'm feeling like she's getting the better of me, then yeah, I'm definitely going to go to my wrestling. I'm not just a wrestler. I'm not just a striker. I'm a mixed martial artist. And the game plan is to use my wrestling because I am a better wrestler than her. She might try and do some throws or something like that. I've seen her. She does like kind of like the head and arm type, stuff in some of her fights. But I don't think that stuff's going to work on someone who is seasoned wrestling-wise as me.
It's not going to work on you. Okay, it's not gonna work. I like your opponent. She came to my comedy show. She's super cool, but me and you go way back. We go way back. We've been friends for what, like 8, 9, 10 years now. So
it's been a while, actually.
It's been a while.
You had a baby in your arms doing interviews.
I know. It's crazy. Ashley came and took time out of her day, drove from Orange County to coach my kids.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. That's awesome.
It was so cute. It was so sweet. After that,
when was that?
It was about 3 years ago.
Oh.
But it was so cool.
Not since I joined, right?
Doing that. I used to coach a kids wrestling class in Long Beach, and basically I got paid like I think it was $20 a class. It's enough to like make gas money, but I feel like you always ask me to come in when I'm in fight camp, and it's so hard. But I would love to come in like right after this fight when I have time, so I can make the drive and I don't gotta come back to make like a 5 or 6 o'clock.
There's a girl on our team. There's a girl on our team that you would absolutely love. She's telling about her coaching, and like the kids were like 5 years old, and they would just roll each other over for like 10 minutes, and then the boy would start crying, and then she'd have to be like, "It's okay to get taken down," and give him like little life lessons. It was super cute. Super cute. When we have like that. Like Vince also helped wrestling. When people do stuff like that means more to me than anything.
Yeah. And we have spring wrestling starting in like 3 weeks. So
I actually
we'd love to have you.
That. Like that kind of stuff's fun for me.
It's the best. Plus, kids are so funny too.
Yeah.
Kids are so funny.
I like messing with them.
So all right. So who's gonna be? Is your corner gonna be Kenny this fight?
Yeah. So my head is Tyler Wombles of Classic Fight Team, my Muay Thai coach, and then Kenny Johnson, from Black House, my wrestling coach, and then I've got my boxing coach, Chewy Gutierrez, in my corner as well.
Nice. Are you still hanging out with Carla? Because I know you guys are bad influence on each other.
Yeah, she's coming out. She's coming out to support me on Saturday.
Nice. Yeah. I love Carla. Her and Carla together are so funny.
Are they?
Carla gets drunk, tries to make out with everybody, and then
She does this.
all right, that one time she did.
Just Ashley.
And then Ashley has to be like, Carla, you can't make out with people in public. Yeah.
That is no.
She's like the good cop.
Yeah, she's a good cop. Yeah. And then Ashley's like, you have to be.
I've got to stop Carla from beating people up sometimes, but
yeah, that too.
That's another story.
Aw.
One time she got so drunk she walked on stage while I was telling jokes. Carla.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, and I was like, this is Carla Esparza, future champion. I was like, what do I do? And Ellenberger had to get her off.
Oh my god.
He had to jump on stage to get her off.
I wasn't there for that. that one.
Yeah. So Vince, okay, look. All right. So Vince, come here.
That'd be good.
All right. So Vince is a good-looking guy. Vince has got cauliflower ears. Super nice guy. He's a bad boy. He was been arrested before, at least 11 or 12 times. This is back before, like after high school, right? Before he didn't go to college. Oh, he did go to.
I didn't go to college. Actually, that's a lie. I did go to college. I went to college to learn how to play golf.
Yeah. He also has a full-time job. He's an electrician, and he's a carpenter, right?
I'm an electrician. I might quit actually, so I could just be a fighter again.
Yeah.
Be a
Okay.
punk fighter.
Yeah. He's got great. His record is 12-2.
Yeah. Okay. 12-2.
Adam,
Yeah.
are you trying to set me up with Vince?
This is speed fighter dating right now.
All right, so Ashley's a beautiful girl.
You didn't even know
Beautiful
that that's
girl.
what this really
She's got
was.
a
It
big
was
heart.
never going to be an interview.
She loves punk rock. She likes going to Misfits concerts.
Ooh,
and like
I've been to Misfit concerts.
she loves
a few.
she loves getting into the mosh pit. She's
Yeah.
a wild girl. She'll fucking throw down in the mosh pit. She likes crazy music where they just like scream like disturbed, right?
And she's a vegan. I don't have to share my food with her.
She's a vegan. She has a dog. How many dogs do you have?
Just one.
She's got one big dog, and she doesn't put out on the first date.
How are you with cats? That's almost a
I
deal breaker,
actually
by the
want to
way.
get a Sphinx, to be honest.
Oh, really? Those little ugly bald ones that look like ball sacks?
Yeah, the black ones though.
I've never seen a black one.
Blue eyes or green eyes, yeah.
All right, so since
Okay,
I've known her,
I've seen
she's dated a bodybuilder, that fucking crazy guy with the bad face tattoos. She dated
Look at her. She's like,
a
life
couple,
lessons.
an amateur fighter, and like a ballroom dancer. Okay, so
I didn't date an amateur fighter.
a pro
I thought she was
fighter.
gonna say the ballroom dancer. I
What's
didn't date
wrong?
an amateur.
What's wrong with amateur
Fucking
fighters?
date amateurs.
A pro fighter and like a salsa dancer. So she doesn't really have like a certain
Never
type.
a salsa dancer, a stripper.
A stripper, a male stripper.
You dated a male stripper.
Salsa dancer.
I don't know. All right, male stripper. Okay, so
Maybe he just wanted him to
so
salsa
so
dance for
Vince,
him.
now she's not the easiest girl. You gotta like be good to her though.
Yeah, she's a
don't
little difficult, I
don't
can
don't
tell.
fuck around on her. All right, she gets a little bit psycho, like especially in like training camps, but she likes to be treated well. Okay, open the door for her, hang out with her. All right, now Vince, Ashley, what are you gonna bring to the table for Vince?
Adam, you are ridiculous.
I mean, you just heard the laundry list. I mean, I'm gonna need something back.
All right.
This can't be a one-way
So Vince,
relationship.
where are you gonna take her on your first date?
Oh man, I don't know. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go, Ashley?
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, we're not going on a date? I
right.
thought this is our date.
So focused on my fight. It's just fighting right now.
all right.
Wait, you fight?
Okay. All right. Wow. That's. Oh yeah. Insult her. That's a good way to her pants. All right. So let's say after she wins her fight, right? Okay. It's Sunday night. She just won. Okay. How are you gonna celebrate with this beautiful lady?
You want a vegan beer? I don't know. What does she do? I don't even know.
She likes to
her.
go to punk rock concerts. She likes to fucking.
I'm not sure
save-
how popular punk rock is in Arizona, though. It's in Arizona, right? That
she likes to save animals, and she likes to wrestle. Tyler,
Maybe we can go. Maybe after her fight, we can go save some animals, and then maybe try out some wrestling together. See how we do.
All right. How about this? Now, me and her had
need to
a
learn some wrestling.
Shoes on.
No.
Shoes on.
Did I get a half thumbs up right there? Was that half a thumbs up?
No,
It's
back
because the animal saved.
No,
me.
back when I was single, we had a thing where if I could take her down, she would give me a hand job. But we never actually wrestled.
I'll take that bet.
But she took the bet.
I'll take that bet.
Really? I don't
Wait,
know.
she just take me down?
Yeah. No,
Wait, if she takes me down, I have to give her a hand job?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. No, if you could take her down, you get a hand job. You think you could take her down? I don't know, man. Her wrestling's a little better than yours.
I don't know, but I'll try. I mean, I'm not really a fan of hand jobs. I'd rather do some other stuff, but I
I want to
mean,
hear what Violet has to say.
Violet, what do you think?
I'll definitely try.
Violet, what do you think about what Ashley has to say? All right.
oh,
Very
talking big game
interesting.
earlier.
Very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So you're okay. So you're not looking right now. No, you're not on Tinder or Bumble or Soul Swipe.
Soul swipe.
I don't.
What the hell is
I don't.
soul swipe?
Hey, I don't
It's
do
like
those
the black
either.
Tinder.
I don't do those either. It's called Soul Swipe.
Yeah, it's called Soul Swipe.
Oh my god.
No, I feel like I
Why do they have
can't
to
go
stereotype
on,
it like that?
What's it called? Just online dating?
Soul
yeah,
Swipe.
yeah.
I feel like I'm not allowed to because I was on Plenty of Fish like however long ago when that was a thing.
Yep.
And somebody wrote to me and they're like, "This is not the real Ashlee Evans-Smith. She would never be on one of these things." And I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
So now
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
to go on any of those things.
You know what? Want to hear something funny? Is I'm the same way. I've never been on like those dating things, and I was in Ohio. My buddy's like, "Oh, just try it," and I tried it, and that exact fucking thing happened to me. The chick's like, "You're not. That's Vinc Pichel. You're not Vinc Pichel." I'm like, "I'm Vinc Pichel. That's me. What the fuck?" And like, I sent her like a video, and she's like, "Catfish, you're lying. This and that." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Oh my God.
it was pretty crazy.
I think you guys have the same management too. Are you with Iridium, right?
Oh, Jason manages you?
Oh no.
No.
I'm with Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. Got it.
You with Iridium?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I was
Got
just for
it.
a little bit.
Shout out to Iridium.
All right. So Ash, now, okay. So we're gonna beat Andrea Lee, and then what's gonna happen?
Well, my goal this year is to fight 3 times. So this will be fight number 1 in 2019. And then hopefully February, late May, and then take some more time off. And then towards the end of the holiday, end of the year, Usually I fight twice. Unfortunately, like I had to pull out of a fight in November. So the goal is just to fight consistently, get my weight a little more comfortable at 125. Keep fighting top 10 girls. I think Lee is like 13, but I would like to fight Murphy. I was scheduled to fight her, and she was
Lauren
8,
Murphy?
I believe.
Yeah.
So I'd like to take out Murphy, and then Miss Jessie Jess. Pretty much anybody above.
Oh, damn.
That's Vince's other girl. They were supposed to go on a date, but then what happened?
Then Vince flaked on her.
You didn't whore me out to her, huh? I whored myself to her.
yeah. But then what happened? She like stood you up or something, or
Yeah, she flaked on me once, and then another time we just got busy. Our schedules were conflicting, so it's whatever.
All right.
You know the flake routine.
Yes. Ashley knows the flake routine very well. Listen, no, I'm kidding. Ashley's the real deal.
I legit get flaked on a lot by girls, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You think girls like, oh yeah, Vince, he's dangerous, and then they're like, what the fuck am I doing with this guy?
I don't know, because I'm not that. Oh, I guess I kind of am a little bit. I am kind of like that kind of person, but I'm really not.
Do you think they look up your criminal history?
I hope
and,
not. That's probably. I mean, that might scare them away.
Nice. Ashley, any advice on how to get my daughter to be like you? Because you're a good role model for women.
Oh God. No, I think you're doing everything you should be doing. Just keep her around wrestling, and be a cool
Aw,
dad.
she's such a good liar.
You're around cool people, other fighters, and good, the sport and comedy. That's awesome. So I think you're going on the right path. You don't need any direction from me. I sure as hell don't know how to raise a kid.
No, you're doing very well, Ashley. Honestly, you're a role model. You're a great fighter and you're a nice person.
All right, you raise the kids. I'll keep doing what I'm doing.
And then
That's what I tell my friends. You have kids, I'm gonna beat people up for the rest of my life.
you've been sober for a while, right? No more drinking.
I mean, during fight camp, yeah.
That's good. I like it.
She's like, excuse me?
That's awesome.
Fuck you call me?
that was the most insulted she's gotten.
You just insulted
I know.
her.
I held up a naked picture of her. She's like, "Yeah, that's cool. You've been sober. What are you talking about? Fuck you, asshole." Like,
shut your whore mouth.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm especially to get down to 125, I have to cut out alcohol, which is, duh, like in fight camp. But I mean, other fight camps I've had, a glass of wine with dinner or a beer here and there, but I really have to be strict with 125.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll usually drink like a glass of wine too, like that for dinner.
Well, listen, Ashley, thank you. Good luck in your fight. We're all going to be watching. Vince, follow her so you guys can DM each other. Okay. Tyler's got his first fight coming up. His third amateur fight.
What's up, mate? Am I cornering you?
So Tyler he's 0-2. But this is the one. He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. His wrestling's on par.
Come here, buddy.
He's killing
Get
it.
in there. Get in the screen here.
I watched him hit the pads. He fucking hits hits that thing. The bag flies. But he's got his third fight coming up in San Diego. Any advice for him?
Is this pro or amateur?
Amateur.
Amateur, are you still with the shin guards and all that?
Yep.
2-minute rounds?
You
2
doing
minutes.
shin
2 minutes.
guards?
Yeah, I have to wear shin guards.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Oh my
dude.
god.
Which is funny because
When I was doing amateur.
Yeah, me either.
Camo, but I think it's really smart. You know what I mean? It's like a slow progression because people get in the sport without knowing anything too soon. But
That's kind of true.
for sure,
you're
I
in a
did.
really good place where like you're pretty fucking safe. You know what I mean? But with
Yeah.
2-minute rounds, obviously like there's no time to find your range and feel the guy out. You just
Yeah.
gotta fucking go.
Put in a squirrel suit, start
obviously,
fucking that
like,
nut.
in a pro fight, that's not that's not so smart. But I don't know your style. I don't know much about you. My advice for amateur fighters, I don't know. It's you're doing
Win.
it right. Sometimes people just jump into it.
Go out there and get it,
pro
stupid.
right away, but-
Well, I did my first two were back in. I had one in like 2010. So, and it wasn't camo. It was all pro rules, and I got knocked out.
But he's a good guy.
And then my second one, same thing.
He's a
pro
Jewish
rules.
Marine. This guy. He's a Jew. If he didn't have a girlfriend, I would set you up with him. So.
Well, maybe since you do have the shin guards on and stuff, like just fucking take advantage of. Sometimes even as a pro, like I'm like, ugh. Like sometimes when you kick, you like hurt yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to go shin to shin, right? Yeah.
Like just fling the fuck out of your legs,
Yeah.
Just use them and just. You're not gonna get hurt with the shin pads, really.
Yeah, that's my game anyway. I'm a lover of leg kicks, so
Yeah,
That's probably what I'm gonna go. I'm a Taekwondo.
And I think like now since I have good wrestling defense, like I feel like I can kick and I'm not afraid of getting taken down. So
yeah, for sure,
kind of goes hand in hand.
for sure. Thanks,
Yeah.
and good luck. Even though you're fighting my girl Andrea, we have the same sponsor, so I kind of gotta root for her, but
No, boo,
I'll be-
boo,
we have the same
boo.
sponsor.
I'll be rooting for you too.
Fucking guy.
No, I like Andrea. If she wasn't fighting you, I'd root for her. But when it comes to Ashlee Evans-Smith, she never helped coach my wrestling team. So, listen, Ash, good luck with everything. Thank you for being on the podcast. Love you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.
I'm looking at your wiener.
Oh, sorry about that. That's not really how it went.
Barely.
Take care. Bye.
Barely.
Looking at my wiener. So Vince, are you gonna text her? Am I fly over?
Probably not.
No, you're good.
All right. So, all right. Well, listen, that is our podcast today. What do you got coming up? You guys.
I got my fight February 22nd, Epic 41 in San Diego. Vince, if you want to corner me, dude, I would love to have you there.
I would love to call you. That would be
And
fun.
I gotta get a practice in with you before that happens.
I know.
You can find me on Instagram, SmithRowBJJ. Shout out to my sponsors, Punch Gunk and Robert Mendez Physical Therapy. If you need some body work, go check him out. Robert McFleur on Instagram. And come take a class with me, Gi Jiu-Jitsu, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 o'clock at Braxton's Combat Sports and Fitness in Venice, California.
And Vince, what do you got?
Party. I got nothing going on right now. I am actually, however, looking for a fight. I am back training right now, hardcore. I am not working. I am just training. I think I might stop working and just become a full-time punk fighter again and live my 17-year-old dream until it's done.
You should. I mean, you already made the hard part, which is getting there.
I know. So I think I really am. I'm in the next few weeks here. I'm going to make a decision. I think I'm going to quit. And then I was actually talking to Jessie Jess, and she was talking about the PI, the Performance Institute, and all this stuff. So I kind of want to go to Vegas and take advantage of that.
Of Jessie Jess?
Why not? It's
For
free.
her too, yeah.
Oh.
But her and the Performance Institute, possibly at the same time. You never know what kind of day it's going to be.
In the
But
Performance
in the
Institute,
Performance
yeah.
Institute.
Nice.
There you go.
You better perform with Jessie Jess. So that's.
So I'm looking for that.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting at I'm starting to stream now my video games. I'm such a turd playing video games. I love playing video games, so now I'm streaming it. So follow me on there. It's Twitch TV from Help Pichel. My social media.
Oh, yeah,
is
you don't
all
have
from Help
time to like
Pichel.
be a full-time fighter, but you have time to Twitch your video games.
Yeah, I do at night. I don't sleep. I play video games now.
Oh, nice.
So like I went
Well,
to
that's
bed.
really
like,
good.
I went to bed
That's
at like 4
great.
this morning.
It's great for a professional fighter.
Woke up to come here.
Don't sleep.
I
You don't
know.
need it.
I sleep after
You're
training.
just a
for couple
professional
hours.
athlete. You don't need sleep.
I sleep for a couple hours after training, but after that, it's non-existent.
Well, listen, people. I'll be at the Ice House this Thursday night in Pasadena. Tuesday the 12th, I'm at the Hollywood Laugh Factory with Michael Blackson.
Oh yeah.
The 16th, I'm at the Comedy Hideaway in Santa Barbara. 17th, I'm at the Wine Cellar in Apple Valley. March 1st, I'm at the South Point Casino, Dirty at 12:30. And then I'm in Reno at the Reno Laugh Factory, March 19th to the 24th. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Ashlee. Thank you, Vince. Thank all you guys.
Thank you later.
Take care and have. Also, if you're on, go to adamhunter.com and then order off Amazon. If you go to Amazon and you get stuff off Amazon, go to adamhunter.com first and then order. Thanks. Bye from me, Violet, Vince, Tyler, and Ashley.
Later. Trap сонсон trap донсон Түүний сонсдог хөгжим дур булаан Дагаж дуулан дур булаа мууруулаа